There it is.
Yep,
From
as
Mr.
usual.
Crazy Zone.
What's happening?
It's happening.
It all continues. Thank
Yeah.
goodness we play D&D on
Yes.
Roll20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so. Who would like to recap last time?
Can I try again?
Go ahead.
Can I do a little bit as well?
Yeah, whoever wants to jump in, go for it.
Okay, so last time on Elemental Dismay, we went down to the Underdark, and...
Man, Sky, your voice has really dropped a bit.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, I've been working on it. Anyway, we went down to the Underdark, and... we went down to the Underdark in an effort to find Zinnia. Well,
Zinnia.
one of them.
No,
Yeah.
just two of them. Just
Zinnia
Zinnia and
and
Zinnia.
Zinnia. Yeah, Zinnia and Zinnia. So basically, we go down and we meet the corn fuckers again, because they had escaped our grasp because King Cobb had a bit of a fucking wish for whatever.
Sky, what
reason.
happened next?
Huh?
What happened next?
We were in the underground, and it was because King Cobb had a wish. So after we found out that Ash had professed his love to Rosalind to Rayla, we kind of made a bit of a battle plan because Conrad, our DM, was sort of pushing us to, so we weren't so disorganized. Thank you, Conrad.
New improv
We made a
game.
battle plan.
We just announce a name and they have to continue the recap.
Please,
Pardon me?
no.
New improv game. Whenever someone yells a name, that person has to do the next part of the recap.
It's not improv, it's just a standardized test.
You know how you win?
What?
Conrad.
I don't remember. Fuck.
I will win.
Yeah!
So
we
we ended
won.
up. We finally figured out that we were just going to kind of do target strike. So whoever was the biggest, the baddest, we would go after them first and then kind of pick off the rest as they went. Nobody was very pleased with the fact that Esther wanted to summon an element. Fuck.
Elemental.
You got it.
Anemone.
You're getting
Anemone.
it. Go ahead,
Could have
get the
summoned
word
an
type.
LMFAO.
Esther wanted to fuck! Summon an elemental, but she did
It's
it
low.
anyways because Anyways, so we get in there, surprisingly a lot easier than I think a lot of us were anticipating. Mostly thanks to the squads, in all honesty, and the fact that we were working together as somewhat of a congruent team, which was nice. Defeated everything. How Kareem decided to tell one of the parts of Zinnia, Izonia. We finally got all the parts of Zinnia together. Izonia, Arwis, Talzin, and Zinnia.
Yes.
Izonia, who's the drow, was then told by Hal Kareem to take the girl, assuming Rosalind. We did not let that happen. There was a lot of drama after the battle, a lot of conversation. Zinnia and Izonia do not like each other.
No. Not one bit.
Talzin and Arwis were just kind of vibing at that point. Everybody was sort of trying to get them to fit in. Esther kind of stepped in and sort of Izonia. Asha really helped with Zinnia, as did Rosalind. And they decided to rejoin with the help of Coralon. And that's kind of where we left off.
Keep a note, they tried to contact the Raven Queen to do this, but instead got Coralon's number.
And
Divine
as,
intervention.
Yes.
and as a final note, when we left off, the Zinnias had just vanished with Coralon's, I guess, blessing and aid. Last we knew, Hal Kareem was polymorphed into a sheep. However, Iris was the one concentrating on that.
We don't know.
So that could be interesting.
Well, it was the wand, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Iris was the one who casted it out of the wand.
Also,
Yeah.
Hal Kareem insulted Esther's baby and tried to get Rosalind hurt. No one is happy with him right now.
No one.
No one likes him right now.
Right now, she says.
Since
As if
he's
that was
been
a change from
conceptualized.
any.
Yeah, he's really taking a nosedive. We thought he was a pretty cool guy when we first met him. No.
No.
I'm okay, to be fair, he didn't start being a complete shitwad. He was just kind of annoying to start.
Yeah, but then we also wanted a reason to not like him because you weren't really giving us a reason.
It
But
was
then you
meant
gave
to be a
us
slow
fucking
burn.
reason.
That was not a slow burn. That was, oh shit, we hate him. Oh, we hate him more.
That
Yeah,
was
fair.
a slow burn. That's like, do you smell gas? Shit.
Hal
Right.
Kareem was just a gas leak.
I mean, he's full of hot air, that's for sure.
He is full.
There's gonna fucking light a match, I swear to God.
Alright.
Burn.
So, as you guys watch briefly as Zinnia, Eloise, Talsant, and Zinnia all disappear, there's a brief moment of, wait, what the fuck? Do any of you guys do anything in that brief time?
Asha is glancing over to where Alkarim is. Also, he
That's-
had previously told his guards to keep an eye on that fucking sheep.
Purvis is keeping
You
an
see
eye.
how Kareem. Yeah, this is very quickly happening. So as you kind of like turn your head, you can see like the Animorphs version of Hal Kareem turning from a sheep, being held down by a number of dwarves. At one point, he like throws one off his arm, and a dwarf just like jumps up behind him and slams their shield against the back of his head. He like drops to the ground.
Nice.
Good. Esther's gonna hurry over to Rosalind.
As you kind of like start taking like a few steps forward. Again, this is like 2 or 3 seconds you guys are getting.
Yeah, Purvis is inching towards Ashta. And just
Ash is like slow, like he's glancing at everyone else in the party, but he's slowly going towards Alkarim to make sure he's restrained.
Alright. And you can see there's a dwarf pile
Mhm.
sitting on it at the moment. And as you take like that first step hitting the ground, there's a blinding moment of light in this chamber that previously was very dim.
oh,
And everyone but Ty, roll me a d6.
Dim.
no, I flashbanged
except-
myself.
Hold on. Dim unless you're within 30 feet of Rosalind, which is bright.
Fair.
That crowd.
Also, Asha had the sunglasses on.
But yes.
Yeah, fair. It's not blinding, it's just uncomfortable.
1d6. Yay. Oh my
Well,
god,
alright,
more
nice.
juice.
So, everyone but Fervis. For a moment,
God.
you have the mind of a mushroom,
Huh?
which is weird on some aspects, but on others, it's very comfortable. You just like vaguely sense your surroundings, and you can feel the light you're giving off. Fervis, for just the briefest of moments, you're the breeze, flying through the cavern. And after that moment, it's gone. And sitting just at the edge of that crack you guys see, in the center of the map, is
Yeah.
There it is.
Nice.
Thank you, Art.
Welcome.
Ariel, it's beautiful!
Welcome. Thank you.
Very nice.
And it's cohesive.
cohesive.
It's one person.
It's
we're not
one.
gonna change it on you.
A very large breath of, oh, thank fuck, they've gone back.
Cohesive. They're all one person.
Despite the fact we can see it. Ty, if you'd like to describe who steps out.
Hot take
Excited.
6'6". Because I just keep adding inches. And,
Of course, yes.
just the same red hair you met them with, but with the gray stripe that from the gray dragon layer that seems to have expanded and made a skunk stripe across the back of their head. Their skin is not the right color that it was before. There's a couple different shades in under their neck and sleeves. You can probably see a little dark that reminds you of Azonia. Eyes are 2 different colors. You remember Zinnia's hazel, but then there's one eye that reminds you when Edoise just... Not Edoise, fuck. Izonia completely just went blind, and there are entire browns all over them. They have the deep combat boots that you realize are the boots of the hinterlands, and their sword is at their side, and they look pleased. They also look at their ass, but then they look pleased.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's seen you. Alright.
That's,
Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
Oh no. I guess it was just clicked, I'm scared.
Facepalm check.
There we go, okay. It's a relatively weak one. You're just a bit too relieved of the fact that Xena is
It's a
alive.
pinch. It's a pinch of the bridge in the nose.
Alright, fair enough.
Esther's gonna... Are you done explaining it, Ty?
Yeah!
Okay.
Oh, and there's just the red ribbon that Rosalind gave that is now just hanging around their neck. That's it.
wow.
Zinnia?
I have a headache.
Zinnia! Esther's gonna run forward.
Okay. Ooh.
Roz
Wait,
rolls
wait, wait.
well.
Before you do that, and Zeke will just take out the wand again and just polymorph again on Valkyrie.
Perfect.
Call that one blow machine again.
And,
Oh no, 'cause
yeah,
that's a saving
first
throw.
will walk up.
What's the DC?
I don't know on the wand. Is it 15?
I believe it's 15.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, he's got at least the proficiency and his plus
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
5. So
Oh, shit.
you could have turned him into a sheep, and he just continues to struggle. Briefly, he kind of then like shakes his head.
Esther is going to proceed to tackle hug Zinnia.
Oh, the feeling of one soul.
Uh,
We
It-
miss you so much.
There's something interesting about this current form. It's stable, but not static. You can feel the image impressions and feelings of each of the Zinnias kind of buzzing beneath your skin. Effectively, at will, you can shift your features to seem like any of the Zinnias. And as well, your Blessing of Coralon doesn't require a long rest to change.
Ooh,
ooh.
that's hot.
You got an elf character creator.
Yeah, basically.
An elf mix and match.
Rosalind
Sure, then-
like grabs Zinnia in a hug and then steps back and did you get taller?
Very.
Wow.
I can make myself shorter, but I don't want to.
No,
So
That's fine.
Yeah, that's about 6'6". Not bad.
Yeah, I know.
So other than the headache, feeling better?
Yeah, do you need
Yeah,
anything
I
for
think
that?
Azonia gave Xenia a good punch before the full togetherness came.
Do you need
Other than that-
anything for the headache?
Pretty good. And I feel like I can do some different stuff, which is also fun.
we gotta test it out.
Not right now. I think we have something else to, you know.
Attend to.
Not now, but later. I want to see what you can do.
Oh, me too.
Oh, look at you! And she very gently is kind of gonna cup your face and just, oh.
Xenia's gonna like head turn to Halkarim. This is what it feels like to be a good person.
And he is nearly foaming at the mouth at this point. You can see that two of the dwarves have both palms on the top of his head and like pushing his chin into the ground, and the rest are just sitting on his back in various levels of heavy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Asha puts a hand up to just the party and just in like a hold on kind of thing. He walks over.
What is it?
He walked over to Helgrim, that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the kind of de facto captain of your squads whenever you're not around, kind of the one basically pushing his chin directly into the stone, keep you from opening his mouth. He's kind of looking up to you like, I hope you don't mind us being rough with him.
It's fine. But if you could let him speak, but keep him there.
Alright. And you watch as he kind of like dips his head down and says, "You try casting that fancy magic, and those features aren't going to be so pretty, dear." And he signals a couple of the dwarves to kind of stop pushing his face into the stone. And Halgrim, as he gets the chance to kind of look up at you, is there's this odd glow behind his eyes, and you can see little sparks coming off his skin as he's, at the moment, silent.
You said earlier, you think you're better than me than anyone else. Now your
I'm more-
position sits you at the top.
I'm more just, and I have the backing of the King of Gods.
Right. That being the
You just
case,
don't understand what people deserve.
you have the backing of the gods, yeah?
The best of the gods, not all of them.
Oh,
And you've got yourself in this position?
I do. And when I get out of it, you'll get what you deserve.
You ever think for a second that maybe you're not the top?
I know there are those who are more powerful than I am, but not those who are more just. I just haven't
So,
had long enough to train.
but the gods steal you out this position.
Every god has been in a uncomfortable position before. This is just mine for now.
From the way I'm standing, you're no better than any other person. But if you think the power you wield and the oath you hold put you above others, what happens if it fails against me? What would happen? What if you throw everything you've got at me? Just me, not a whole army of dwarves. Me. And you lose. What happens then?
Well, I'm sure some form of universe will start to implode. As certain things are just not meant to be.
So in that wild off, crazy idea, you wouldn't be as fully just as you could be if you lost. The infinite impossibility that is, right?
Well, yeah, in a just fight, there's nothing you can do against me. This is a cheap shot. After I was weakened by a necromancer.
I
And
thought the same.
transported where I wasn't comfortable.
I thought the same. I had to drag down to the same location. I'm not exactly at peak fitness right now. Bit roughed up.
Well, I'll make sure I go easy on then if it's what you want.
So, if we find ourselves in equal scenarios, you should win, right?
Of course.
Greater and the just.
Of course. What kind of ant are you to fight against me? I've seen you fight. You can barely keep your feet on the ground.
Then you swear on your oath that you against me, you'll win.
I do?
And should that not come to be, then your oath shall be broken.
If that shall not come to be, then Zeus will punish me however he sees fit.
Asher takes 5-10 steps back. Rolls his neck. Let him up.
Oh.
They kind of look up at you and it's like, Captain, you know he was healing himself the whole time we held him down, right?
He nods.
And your captain kind of smacks the back of the one who said that's head and says, Captain Dortus, let him up.
Don't bother using those spells. I said last time my squads were going around healing all of us.
Ah,
So
okay, so Asher would be at full.
take those back and put yourself at full health. They had plenty
Alright.
of time.
Okay.
Very nice.
Alright, then as he's getting up,
Kind of looks at you and says, oh, casting magic already. Can't wait for the fight to begin truly.
they're off you. Starts as soon as you want it to. And he's gonna take a shot.
Alright, make your attack.
Damn.
Advantage. Single advantage because he hasn't acted yet in this combat. Yeah, he's within range. Planar warrior.
It's all out.
There
Oh.
it is.
Cut loose.
There it is.
Cut
Right, put
loose.
yourself onto the map.
All right.
Cut loose.
Extra shot, like, well,
Take the shot. Take
So-
the shot.
So that lets him another attack. Yeah.
Correct.
He'll use his hasted action for Radiant Soul. Wings out.
Alright.
So next shot, just regular essence.
Okay,
So close to a
definitely gonna
crit.
hit.
Plus his 14 radiant damage.
Okay, so between the two attacks.
He has one more.
Oh my god. I'm just hoping
Alright.
he absolutely thrashes him.
Oh, you're taking his 2 actions, the haste and the attack. Okay.
Well, I crit, so I get another shot, right?
Yes, but then
Yeah.
use your hasted action for Radiant Soul.
So,
Yeah, and then I get 2 attacks normally.
Okay, so you're doing it as 2 turns, not 1. Gotcha. Okay.
Well,
No, go ahead.
I assume.
Yeah, just-
I assume because. Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead. It's fine. Just do the math differently.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. You know what? Flare bolt, just for extra fun.
Poisons as
Did you?
well.
There we go.
Oh Christ!
Oh!
All right.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes!
2 20s and a 19 on your attacks. Don't you get to double
Next
that?
attack.
Do you get to double that?
Yes!
Oh, wait.
Yes!
Good point.
Do another one. Yeah.
That's a crit, baby!
No.
All right.
Ooh.
He's a machine gun.
Another flare bolt.
All right. How do you want to do this?
Oh my god!
That was 74 HP in 1 turn, man.
Second! You fucking obliterated him!
You really just want to say hello, say hello to my little fucking friend.
I'm assuming we're
Essence
not
turned
killing
into an
him.
AK-47 and you one-tapped him.
I've
Bang,
been
bang,
waiting to
bang,
do
bang,
multiple
and
crits in
away.
a turn for like a year.
Yes! I was just-
Just left leg, left arm, right arm, and like side of the chest that doesn't have the heart.
Okay. Yeah, that's 4 attacks. Yeah. All right. So you watch as Halcyon kind of like rolls his neck and reaches over his back for his sword, and then just kind of like Boromir from Lord of the Rings, just pumped full of arrows, without mercy, really, outside of him not being actively murdered. And he just kind of looks down and just half smile at Rosalind and just face plants into the ground. And as he does so, you see a few more of the shafts of the arrows just push further into his body.
That's not nice.
She's far better than a lout like me deserves. But you're the dirt underneath my boot.
Wait, what?
That's
What?
good. That's very good.
All the squads for a second just go quiet and just like, Captain,
Just pause.
question.
He glances over.
You,
Do you fancy Princess Rosalind?
He's gone.
Quick little.
Alright, what are you doing in the ethereal plane, Ashta?
He's shooting off in this direction with the ridiculous speed he has.
wait, Ashton, no! Come back!
Zinnia's just like
Oh my
watching, just like
goodness.
no.
Zinnia, which way is he going?
You guys
You
watch
guys
as Zinnia, like a cat in a house that's like just mildly haunted, just like zooms their head to the side as Ashta just flees.
Esther's gonna take off in that direction.
At least that's
Zinnia's just gonna like run their
a
hands.
point question.
Follow.
I look over towards Ashka Squad's like, bit of a pointed question.
I feel like
Don't
it
you
was
think?
understandable. I feel like it was a very understandable question. And Zinnia, your squad kind of yells at you like, should we heal the dumbass?
And Zinnia's just following with the 35.
I have I give him like a small kitty potion, like a
No,
small
don't heal him.
2d4.
Yeah,
Don't heal him. Just stabilize him. Just stabilize him.
out of character. Yeah, bring him to
Yeah,
to 1.
Just use a kitty potion to save him.
Okay. You see the squad's gonna go over and just a couple of them pull out the
Yeah,
wands and the rest just kind of just hold on, John. A couple of them pull out the wands and the rest just smack the wands out of their hands and wrap them with bandages instead.
Zinnia's just following, like trying to get close behind Ashta just for whenever he reappears.
Yeah, you're trying, but he's bolting.
And Zinnia's doing the fucking Misty Step as bonus action if they need to, or the Channel Divinities.
Esther's fucking booking it.
Rosalind, meanwhile, is stock still in the cavern, wide eyes, like a statue.
Fergus will walk over, wave his hand in front of Rosalind. Are you okay?
Uh,
I know.
what? She finally focuses.
You okay? Rosalind?
She looks around.
You got your
I
squad
have
all
to-
looking up at you from like their lowered height.
I have to, and then she starts running towards the entrance where everybody else ran.
Yep. You hear a couple of whoop from behind you.
Do we
Alright,
catch
so-
up with
And
him?
yeah,
Ashta,
along.
the real question is, do you let them catch up to you? Because you are gone.
Yeah, if there's any point where there's like a turn or any like if there's he's basically gonna try to hide.
Okay. There are a lot of like little crenellations you could try to hide in, like cracks in the ceiling and stuff like that.
Alright.
Remind me, do your wings produce light or no?
No.
Okay.
I don't think you've never ruled that they have. He'll
Yeah,
turn
I
them
don't.
off if there's even a glow.
Okay. Then yeah, make a stealth check.
Alright, he would have advantage because of his cloak.
Correct.
And also, I'll throw this in. This is the one time I'll probably use it. So any creature has a -10 to the perception checks,
Okay.
since I am considered obscured because of my cloak.
Yeah.
So, 25.
Okay. So, as you guys kind of continue to run along, you can each make active perception checks.
I'm gonna do this.
Okay, fair enough.
Hi.
As you kind of like summon the spell and running by, you get a ping of like directly behind your head and up.
They're gonna let Esther run ahead. Keep checking, okay?
Why
Yeah.
are you asking me to go up ahead?
I'm gonna check back. He could still be in the ethereal. I can't see him.
Well, you can find him in the ethereal. I'm gonna go back and check on Rosalind.
Yeah, go, please.
She's gonna go back towards Rosalind.
You run into
You're
it like halfway up the tunnel.
He's gonna turn around and
Just
just
is
go,
catching up.
I see you. You wanna walk?
I just sigh from above. It's like, should have gone with non-detection.
Come on. Zinnia will just sort of just give a hand and start walking forward and just looking back at him.
He just kind of appears besides.
Come on. Let's walk ahead. I think they're coming too.
Do this one at a time if I have to, but Christ.
That's okay. That's okay. It's... How long?
Not at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ashta. I'm doing insight.
You don't have
You don't
to.
need
You
to.
can smell the bullshit.
I have a passive insight of 20, just looking at him just like, Ashta. We all heard you.
Said she's better than me. Anything I... It was just comparison. It's...
Ashta, you can read between the lines as well as any of us, including myself. We both know that's a lie. I've liked people too. I don't know how you want to put it, but
Then why are you chasing me about it, huh?
because I don't want you to be alone. I don't want this to be up in your head. Remy was leaving for years at a time, and I was gone without her, and I hid my love for her for about 3 years. And that destroyed me. I was a hermit, I hid in my room, and all I could do was be silent. And I don't want to see that become of you.
If it's obvious as you say, then
It's not obvious, it's...
everyone in the room figured it out. So if that's the case, I'm gonna hear it from Rosalind first, alright?
Okay. Will you be able to talk to one of us later? It can't... if you don't want it to be me, if you just want it to be anyone else you are comfortable with, we're all here. We all appreciate you. And we all love you. So, good luck, I guess. Yeah, good luck. And you're a bang-up man.
He's just like, he's making eye contact, like unsure of this everything.
You for at least helping me get back, but if you want to wait for them to catch up, I'll start going ahead and scouring out the place, okay?
Just hold Esther back.
I will. If you want to get Heidi again, I'll run ahead.
I don't have a problem, just... I don't need that kind of thing going right now.
He's gonna feign Esther, just quick, just like, don't freak out. Just, we're all gonna be chill with this, and let this happen. Aight?
I never planned to freak out.
That's what he was worried about, so we're just crossing everything off the list, okay?
Rosalind, now next to Esther, looks on the verge of freaking out.
And Esther will kind of just very gently take her hands and breathe. You need to breathe.
I know. Is,
You look like you're... Go ahead.
I should probably clear this up. And,
You
Rosalind-
lied to me, didn't you?
What? You broke up a lot.
You lied to me the other night, didn't you?
I'm sorry?
The other night, on the roof, when we were to be kidnapped. I know that reaction. I know it uncomfortably well. You lied to me that night.
I need to find something out first. She'll
ahead.
go on up the tunnel.
Daniel's just gonna give Ash a little pat on the shoulder and just go, I'll be a bit up ahead, and just blessing of Coral on themselves a little bit shorter, just to not be Slav squatting. To give a solid heart dart. Just...
Like as the glance and his head tilts down slightly, it's like this is almost more condescending.
Do you want me to be shorter than you? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna.
You're fine as you are.
You guys just gonna pat him again on the shoulder a little bit, just quick little cheek tap. Good luck. Or if you want luck, I'll be up ahead. Just start walking.
Esther's gonna find her way back to Fervus.
Stabilized. His wounds are disinfected. He'll live, but he'll be in pain for a while, which is probably
Good.
what you were hoping for.
Very much so. Now to Rosalind and Ashton.
History with the man.
Oh yeah.
History with this man.
You could say that again.
You don't have those kinds of outbursts out of nowhere.
No, not overly. He reminds me of a very painful memory.
Truth be told,
I have no one.
don't know much about the emotion of love, but I assume
It
probably had
sucks.
something to do with that.
It sucks. It's horrible. Love is
Noted.
the most painfully horrendous thing that anybody can ever go through because it is so beautiful and it is so cruel.
Never felt
Yeah.
it. Other than for my parents, and well, they died when I was 6.
You'll find it. You will.
Not sure.
You'd be surprised. It pops up in the most unlikeliest of places.
I'll just,
It's
I don't
terrifying.
know. Probably just find it inconvenient.
Fervus,
Me as my mistress.
one of Rosalind's squad kind of walks over to you, swirling a little potion, like, if you ever want to feel love, I'm just saying I have a solution. And one of them, smacks them on the back of the head, like, don't!
Oh no!
Child!
He's 17. No, not
Not
yet.
with me, but, it causes the feeling. Moving on.
I forgot they did that.
I don't understand. Anyway.
As we kind of swap back, Zinnia, you come across Ralston kind of walking up the tunnel in a bit of a daze as you kind of walk ahead of Ashtod to give them a bit of privacy.
Yep, he's gonna go forward like 90 feet and just for safety's sake cover their ears as well, just in case.
Alright. Ralston, you pass by Zinnia, kind of doing the hear no evil pose.
Xenia's just like looking a little bit ahead just to see if there's any cavernous shit coming that they can just deal with a little bit.
And Rosalind, when she finally catches up to wherever Asht is waiting?
Probably not too far, and he's kind of like almost very intentionally not looking to the direction she's coming.
Ashta?
Yeah.
About what was said earlier. Can you promise me something?
Pause.
Just tell me the truth. Not what you think I want or need to hear, but honesty. What you said and what others inferred, what was meant?
They weren't off the mark. And ran because I was not quite meaning to say something like that out loud. Especially after we dealt with that. I don't want to be giving you unwanted anything right now. But truthfully, they're not wrong. I guess I think you're one of the best things I've ever found in my life. But it doesn't have to be anything.
You... How long?
How long? What exactly?
Have you,
Felt that way?
Yes.
I realized maybe back in was it Panther? Not the last one, but when we were talking to your dad and he was saying, trusted friends and all that, and made me kind of reevaluate things, and that's when I kind of came to realize the something I might have been unconsciously hoping for. As for when any of it fell back in the cave, you dragged me out of that, and I dragged you, and I. That sounds stupid. It
Ashta, I have been a complete idiot.
he
I never saw
finally
any-
turns his head to actually look at her.
I never saw any of this in you. I never thought that. I thought that you. I thought you perhaps rosé or
No,
not at all, or
I never considered rosé, but even I couldn't go through with any of that with all this going in my head.
Ashta, I think I need to be honest with you now.
It's the only thing I can hope for right now. Please.
I've been ignoring everything I've felt for you because I thought that you would never return it.
And by that you mean...
And she steps forward, very gently takes his face. And yep, she goes ahead and she kisses him.
Oh, finally!
And he holds her tight.
Man, we got this dub. Big dub. Big dub.
Conrad?
Guys, stop sending messages. I'm trying to get my handouts. This code is going so crazy. I can't get to my handouts. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh,
big
no.
dub.
There we go. It's just labeled finally.
Yes!
Oh, it's
You can
beautiful.
just hear the quiet screaming of Rayla inside your breastplate, like, let me out! Let me out!
Oh, it's beautiful.
After ignoring it for a few seconds.
I will turn full size and push you off of her! Please!
There's a let go and... I should have left you back. He
You're not getting rid of me that quick, you bastard!
fumbles and pulls out the fairy.
As soon as she's out, she jumps into like her full form and just like bear hugs the both of you. Oh, you both are such idiots. How did you not notice sooner? I've been placing bets with various forest spirits for the past month.
Was it that much?
Ashta, I literally sit next to your heart, and I can also turn invisible.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, sure.
At all times. Also, Ashta, I've seen every emotion you've ever had in the past how many years. I know what it looks like when you have a crush.
Okay, I know me, but her?
She turns red whenever you walk into the room.
She turns red right then.
Asha turns red.
Oh my god! Massive.
Hog. Hog.
Unfortunately, she wears a lot of red, and you only ever see her when she's red, so it's kind of hard to notice, but...
I do. But I do.
Also, I've seen some of her, like, little notes in her books.
Aww.
I've never.
She just looks at you with a knowing look. And Issa described your type, and it was precisely Ashta.
We knew. We knew.
We knew before Issa described your type.
Also, when he said he didn't have a crush on anyone, he looked like your heart got ripped out.
There's like a flinch at Asha. It's like, oh, in context, I'm sorry.
That would be another reason why I thought that I should never, ever, ever speak of this on my part. Because
Rilla just sighs, grabs you by the back of the shirt. Rosalind picks you up and puts you in Ashta's arms and starts walking down the tunnel towards Zinnia.
No. It's
My
fine, not
feet
to
are
let me
falling
down.
asleep!
And then, you guys have 10 minutes. I will return for you later.
What?
She walks
What?
by Zinnia, grabs Zinnia by the back of the collar, and just starts walking back towards the fighting tunnel.
Rayla, what the fuck? You'll actually just break free.
Just grabs you and be like, just let me have this, please. I've been waiting for this to happen for so fucking long. Let me be happy.
Yeah, Purvis is like watching Rayla and Xenia have this sort of thing while like.
This
fiddling
is
with
way
each
down
other.
the tunnel, Fergus. You are
Oh
nowhere
yeah.
nearby.
Okay. Okay.
So
What do you think I'm
Rosalind
doing?
Zinnia's going to slide Rayla 2 copper.
Yep, Rail's gonna take the copper and goes, now let's get and just give him a few minutes. If anything happens, I think Ashton is so filled with adrenaline right now he could kill a god.
Okay, we should just go, like, run. Like, it's a thin hole. We should just run. Like, would it be awkward if we walk past, or if we just bolt? Like, where are
No,
we gonna
no,
go?
no. Let's just go the other direction.
Oh, could be scary stuff there. I don't want to do that. Okay.
She just sighs, grabs you and says, can I turn you into a bird?
Sure. Oh,
She turns you into a bird and sits on your back. Go.
tweet.
Just fly down the tunnel.
So like Rosalind was put in Ash's arms.
Like, picked up and dropped in your arms, yes.
Okay, he puts her down. Wow, Rayla was far more invested in that than I thought. That's saying something.
I suspect that we're going to have quite a few questions from the others.
Oh, you think? Why do you think I ran?
That makes sense. Not really looking forward to that.
Well, he just puts a hand in hers. I'm sure there's plenty to look forward to.
I suppose first we need to get out of this place.
Yeah, that might be for the best.
Oh, actually, first, and she's going to step past him just a little bit, back to him, look back over her shoulder, and just slowly tip backwards in that little trust fall.
He immediately grabs her. What is this? What is this?
I couldn't resist. It seems I've fallen for you.
Oh,
She boops him on the nose.
there's like a small like cringe on his face, and they just
I'm
dips her down.
sorry.
Ashton, you feel the Fane boot up and go, would you like us to recall the story about if a maiden swoons in your arms that she's fallen for you, that she believed for so long? Or would you like us to replay the memory when she swooned into your arms a week after you met her?
There's slow claws.
Oh my goodness.
You bastards went on it from the beginning too.
We are not allowed to share information that we are not permitted to, but we can gossip.
Gossip?
Rosalind can hear this, right?
No, this is purely to you.
Alright, he just relays that and goes, I think your Fane are working against you too.
Rosalind, your Fane just boot up and go, well, we're not going to say we didn't think about it.
Right.
Alright. So, do you want to watch every moment we were stupid while we walk back?
We have it cataloged. We have music ready.
Oh no. I'm
Have
almost
me-
afraid to now.
Like a montage.
It's a fucking
I'm-
PowerPoint.
It's going to be dreadfully embarrassing, but as long as it's a mutual embarrassment, I think I could live with it.
Sure.
Good.
And there goes the terrible PowerPoint of, oh no, oh god, then...
In the arms of an angel.
Oh god. There's like it's like an AMV. It's like a romance
That's my
AMV.
fucking
Oh,
story.
gross.
By the time they get back to the cavern with the others, I imagine both of them are like luminous bright red. Actually, Rosalind still has Crown of Stars, so there's already a glow coming up the cavern as they approach.
The glow is now pink.
And you know what? Just for fun, she shot off one star during that fight. She's going to take the bloomed rose from that, and she's going to go ahead and tuck it into the red sash Ashta wears on his arm.
So cute.
Aww.
There's a smile and a kind of a Not like headbutt, but like the bump. Alright, let's go, face our trial.
I still have fucking bird, Conrad.
No, as a reminder, one of your abilities, you can just end any of those effects at any time you want.
Can
Do
I
I want to?
fucking bird?
It's up to you.
What?
And there's like, is that fucking bird?
Under
Hey,
ability.
Mutable form, I think it is, or divine control, one of those two.
You got
No,
some
the divine
schmoozy
control's the
stuff
cantrip.
also.
The other one is can never have my form forcefully changed.
Yeah,
I just could have not turned into a bird.
yeah well, that's why she asked you first.
So, two of them return, probably hand in hand.
So all the squads and all that are just kind of like shooting the shit in the tunnel with Purvis, Esther, and Zinnia. We're going with Zinnia, right, Ty?
Yes, we're going with Zinnia.
Okay, just making sure. I never checked.
But here's the thing, he can say any of the other ones, and he'd technically be right.
Oh god,
I'm saying it in my head.
I have 4 names to forget. Yes.
Not four,
And-
Conrad, just 2.
We'll see. And as you guys walk through the tunnel, there is rapturous applause, and a chorus of "Oh, finally!"
Asha is taking very keen interest in his boots right now.
Esther and sorry, not Esther, Zinnia. Fuck, I have 4 names. Come on. You do notice a few of the dwarves looking a little bit disappointed, but for the most part, they're happy.
Zinnia's gonna look behind and just be quietly like,
You lost a couple bets.
Who do you think it was gonna be?
It wasn't to think of. It was more we were hoping.
Who?
Look, he's really stubbly.
Say it.
Ooh.
Say the name.
These are the dwarves, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
And the dwarves are just like, well, we were hoping that one of them would be single, and we could,
There's still at least 1.5 of us on the
I don't
market.
know.
Well, yeah, but it's not one of your squads, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
And they're just like, well, yeah, but like, look at them.
Yeah, they're so cute. So don't fuck this up.
Yeah, but no, we're not going to. We're just, we were hoping. And you see one of them just like tap the other on the shoulder and just goes, oh, fine. And they hand like a bag of silver to them.
Okay, why'd you guys bet silver? Come on.
Well, copper's no fun.
Safer!
Okay.
Just gonna turn back and like just sort of look at Rayla, who's probably just in their hair again.
Yeah, Rail is just smiling like a happy mom. Probably holding Esther's hand.
Esther's just kind of sitting and watching.
Zinnia feigns Ashta the equivalent of a thumbs up, just with a little smile.
There's a... in return.
Thank you, Ashta. Very cool.
Rosalind, you can distantly hear happy thorn sounds.
Zinnia will give Rosalind the same thumbs up, but just slightly more happier.
There's the impression of a feigned smile back, but also a real one on her face. And then she'll kind of shake it off just a little bit, just enough to put on business face and... Alright, I realize a lot has happened, but we should probably start to focus on finding our way back out. Whether we camp here overnight and walk back to a place we can extract from, or begin something magical.
There were 2 entrances into this room, weren't there?
One was caved in. We could try to work through it as others rest.
Then why don't we use that? It'd be a lot easier.
It's caved in.
We had orbs, Ashta.
I mean, we can try, but we're not. If it's risky.
The dwarves all just kind of smile and go like, we got this.
Alright, and he just goes, Dwarves!
Yes, sir!
Dig a hole!
Gladly, sir!
And he just points-
Congratulations on your girlfriend, sir! And they head off to the cave.
He's like, Christ, that was in fucking, like, chorus!
It's almost like they've been practicing.
It almost feels like
I've heard them rehearsing.
Oh no.
Did they rehearse that?
Yeah, I've heard some of mine rehearsing a little bit. It was great.
How have I never heard this?
Because you 2 are both oblivious.
They also do it underground, but also you guys
Also,
are
they
oblivious.
do it in secret.
You don't
Yeah.
see what you don't wish
I never
to
cared to
see.
notice.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think your left hand does. Zia just sort of like looks at the hand holding Rosalind's.
And your right hand too, depends on the situation. Anyway,
He's not making eye contact with anyone. Maybe Rosalind.
congratulations.
But no flirty glances away.
They've already confessed it. It's not a minor crush anymore, Conrad. The trope of flirty glance. Special.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Esther's gonna kind of look at Rosalind and just kind of go, I told you.
How long am I going to dwell on this? Can we get out of here?
We're working on it.
They're digging a hole, buddy. Just
Good question for us. Let's sort of wounded to patch up. How he looked over. How's the dumbass?
The dumbass is unconscious. There is a bunch of unlooted bodies on the ground.
Loot the bodies!
Yeah,
I want to loot the necromancer!
I'll go check out.
I'll give the status report to Ashta. You know, his wounds are sterilized. He's breathing.
His
but
everything is
he's
punctured.
Probably going to be in a lot of pain
Is
for a
he?
little bit.
Conrad, you said when we first met him, he was like taller and more built, right?
Easily, yeah.
Yeah. Is he still?
He's
Alright.
huge.
Yeah. And he's kind of glancing over. And it's like, huh. Wonder if his oath is broken now.
Showing, by the way, you pin cushioned him.
We can
Wait,
always loot him.
You can always what?
We can always loot him.
Um,
Look at his
You're
armor!
gonna,
I'm not saying it wouldn't be deserving.
you're gonna rob a poor man who's just broken his oath.
He already looted his own.
Asher puts up like his fingers, like, poor man. Yeah, okay.
He is not a poor man.
Oh,
He looted himself of his own dignity. Come on.
if it's unanimous, then go ahead. I don't care.
I'm going for the sword.
You might as well call it a sort of payment for us, perhaps taking him up with us, and well, we don't have to leave him in the. We don't have to escort him home, but at the very least, let's just leave him in a
The
civilized
Underdark.
area. We don't need his grandmother's attention quite yet.
Hey, out of curiosity, what spells you got now, new Zinnia?
I got my cleric spells, the
You
usual.
have banishment.
Prepared?
Please yeet him off this plane.
No. It would eat him off for only. Wait, I can't.
This isn't his home plane.
It's not his home plane. We're in the Underdark. I don't have banishment though on me. I got my other fun spells, unfortunately.
And I was like, well, I can do it if we take a bit of a needed sleep before we get out of here.
Does Zinnia know like the base of banishment of like where he's gonna end up?
Oh yeah, that's randomized. Yes.
I feel like we should keep him unconscious and bring him back somewhere civilized because banishment does not guarantee civilized or the country.
To be fair.
He shrugs.
You could wake up among wolves.
We were just saying bring him somewhere civilized, but if you want to banish him, I'm
Okay,
not going to argue.
Okay, we have two options. Either we banish him while he's conscious, or we bring him up to the surface while he's unconscious.
Or, we can always just banish him, and if he happens to fall into the ocean, that's not our fault.
We're not trying to kill him.
We're gonna.
Speak for yourself.
What if we tie him up, ask him if he has a way back?
And put him in the ocean.
No.
We should.
No.
I'm not going to argue that you don't want to kill him. I'm saying we shouldn't.
But
Also, banishment is a little bit of
For this kind of thing.
You gotta really convince others that you shouldn't be banished. So I don't think it would work that well on him.
Yeah.
Fair. True. Well, then, restraining him is probably very much in order. I'd rather not deal with any more
I
issues.
have rope if you want to enchant it.
Take a bit longer than that, no?
Enchanting would take a long time, honestly.
Squad member kind of yells from up the tunnel like, "We've got magic rope."
Can I have the magic rope, please?
They looked at Rosalind first.
Go ahead.
Sweet. They just throw you 150 feet of magic rope.
Esther ties him the fuck up.
He probably looks like a cocoon by the end of it.
She has spent a life tying tent knots. She can tie this man.
Alright.
Ah,
He's wrapped. Maybe not tied, but wrapped.
That'll do.
He's gonna like give a chuckle and just go up to Rosalind and just go, "So, I have a favor to ask.
Yes?
I know that us as a group have a lot of gold, and I was wondering maybe if I could have, I don't know, maybe 1,000 of it, because I have a promise to keep."
I believe that the group should be able to spare that. Is it?
Thank you. It's Remy. That's what's right. Fuck. But it's what's right. You know?
Of course.
Okay. When we get back up, we'll stop somewhere, because that's an expensive spellcasting component.
Well, we're not far from Lucerne, and we're planning on going there anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I have to face my fathers. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna wait for this fucker to wake up, probably. Probably won't. I don't know. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so he goes and just sits cross-legged in front of Halgrim and just waits. With the wand of polymorph in their hand.
Like a cat waiting for a mouse to wake up. So, Esther, as you go towards the necromancer to go collect
just real quick. She just kind of wants to go up to Asher and Rosalind just for a second.
Alright.
Congratulations. You have no idea how long that this has been anticipated.
There's another, like, ugh on his face.
I'm sorry?
How
long have you suspected?
A very, very long time.
How long is that? Roughly.
How long have we been playing D&D time?
I want to say it's 4 months.
4 months only?
It's been 4 months?
Yes, this is what I'm saying. The Fane are crazy, guys.
Damn. Alright.
well, 4 months in.
When?
You guys have gained 15 levels in 4 months. The Fane are bullshit.
Well, we all met about 4, almost 5 months ago. I'd say 4 or 5 months ago.
I'm sorry, what?
Wait, like,
Goodness.
you talking like Rosalian Spire?
No, a week or so after that. You forget.
Goodness.
I know what it is like to be in that state of mind. The signs are very easy for me to tell.
No, but
I beg your pardon if this is, I wasn't in that state of mind just yet.
full honesty, it wasn't till that, like, we went down to the cave and we dealt the fake figure that anything started to, like, my best estimate starts.
Oh. It was a bit clear far before that.
You just hear, like, whispered from your pocket, like, you guys suit each other.
I mean,
So you were hoping 4 or 5 months ago.
no, my dear. No.
Mother's instinct.
There's that.
There was nothing to see back then, though.
Mother's instinct.
We had an entire thing with the Fane
Ashton,
chunks all
you
the
can-
times.
Ashta, you can jump into the ghost world. Don't tell me people can't tell a crush from in advance.
You do realize that kind of my job? Telling emotions, predicting emotions.
Yeah, my job's killing Boba. I'm not exactly the most successful all the time.
No, not really. You almost got there, but not really. You'll do better though, hopefully, next time. I'd like him dead. But no. Look, I know very much is... I don't want to get into it. But I knew very early on. I suspected, and then there were very clear signs. As little as you think, sometimes me, I do know things. And I'm both... I'm so proud of both of you.
Look, all I'm saying is I'm pretty sure Rosalind hated me the first week we knew each other.
Well,
Oh, she seemed that way, sure. Most of us did. But there were signs. Little things. Little glances. Little peaks of interest. The chess thing was a big tip-off.
It's chess!
Mm-hmm. It's chess, he says. Okay.
Them.
What I'm trying to say is that I am happy for both of you. Despite it all, despite the chaos, both managed to find something beautiful. You should be proud of yourselves.
Fine, I'll take it.
I'm glad that
Thank you.
You just gotta turn into an NS hag.
Alright, you guys watch as Zinnia kind of just sitting in front of Alkarim just slowly morphs into this like hunchback, creepy motherfucker.
Esther screams. What the fuck is that?
What is that? It's supposed like,
It wasn't
Is that a
Zinnia.
bomb,
It was
like-
another imposter.
We've been here before!
oh, what is happening?
ready to fire off a star.
Esther's ready to torch it.
See, I don't know what NS hag is
Yeah,
doing. I
that's
have the
about
shit,
it.
Conrad. Zeus is gonna turn back.
Oh, yeah, hold on, I'll give you the
so
sheet.
I can do some shit.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
Same way you find the
Ambulance? Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's so gory. I love her.
I don't like it.
Oh, is it in your
I
shit?
forgot that was good.
yes.
It's in your shit.
I'm giving you control. 1 second. Yeah, I'm saying the creepiest shit.
Back to back, week to week, fucking, like, hedonist sex pigs and Anna's hags. What are the odds?
God.
Then I'm just going to disguise self into a larger Zinnia.
What is going
The
on?
crossbow's still trained.
What is happening?
We have to count of 5.
Are you actually Zinnia?
There is an immediate feign in Zinnia's direction.
Zinnia's laughing their ass off in the feign.
Oh, don't
There-
do that to us.
And then feign
3.
to the other.
Turn back.
Wait, Ashta, it's them. Feign. They have and they
Zinnia's
think
gonna
it's
turn
funny.
back.
I had... The other one had Fane too.
I didn't know Coralon could do that.
That is true.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
There's like the I'm watching you motion.
I'm going to go loot a corpse.
He's like just laughing and going over to the corpse.
Oh.
Alright, let's see what this
Hey,
bitch is.
Purvis.
Oh, before she does, Esther's going to give Rosalind a hug and just very, very quietly, she's going to whisper something that I will now text you, Ariel.
Okay.
Hey, Purvis advice, because you haven't been here as long.
Yeah.
If you hop out of a portal and you look
Uh-huh.
slightly different, don't be surprised if you get shot.
You didn't shoot
I
me,
don't
did you,
plan on
Lightwell?
doing those things. But okay.
You haven't shot me this time.
Just... He's going to glance like, a hag, really?
I could have turned into a pixie, but that wouldn't have been fun.
This is
So,
Give me that
Esther.
corpse, Conrad.
give me an investigation check.
Oh, give me the corpse, Conrad.
Okay. So, as you walk over to the corpse, you can see his codex on the ground, as well as the blade he held.
Yoink.
Alright, so as you grab the codex, you immediately disappear.
Fuck.
Oh boy.
Esther?
What happened to
Crossbow
Esther?
trains over to there.
Esther just disappeared. What is it?
That one's not a
Alright,
joke.
alright. Esther, do me a favor and jump into the chat.
Oh.
I can't keep up with this group!
I can't either. Ashton, can you just shoot me for good measure at this point?
He's just glancing around.
Thank you.
Goodness.
Oh no. We should have known that codex was going to be a problem.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised it was still there, in all honesty.
I thought like one of our dwarves would have just been like, "Ooh, book."
No, I fully expected us to like go there and it's like, yeah, the codex isn't there, and fucking goddamn Kenku just like grogged in, took it rogued out.
That's true.
I was
Yeah,
fully
that-
expecting
yeah.
that to just be like, oh yeah, the codex was there, but now it's not. Ooh.
Yeah, and then if we sending powdered, the fucking Kenko would have been like, "Oh yeah, I got it. Bye."
Yep.
That was quick.
God. I don't like that.
Okay.
Oh, she just came in here to gloat, did she? To just give a little chuckle, huh?
Huh. Yeah. My class can do some weird shit. I don't know what Conrad did.
You're gonna get shot.
Yeah. Now I can use wisdom as a weapons modifier.
Oh Christ.
God.
So that's helpful. And now I have.
Just throw bombs. That's it.
John, are you like in a different room?
John, why is your voice so high
No,
fucking
I'm using-
pitched?
What?
Are you using the voice changer thing that Devin used to sound like a fucking Alsana?
No. I don't know.
Snorting helium, my dude?
Go back. Fuck,
No.
go back.
Here, I thought you were putting on his voice specifically for Fervus.
He is, but John,
No.
fuck, go back.
Yeah, I usually put myself at a higher register, but
It's been staying like that, I swear.
It's. Joan, what happened to one of your balls, man?
I think it's probably a mic issue. I don't know what's going on, man.
Okay. It might be.
Give me a sec. Let me test something.
Sure, buddy. What the fuck? Let's see what I can do. That's kinda.
You can terrify the party, that's what.
I can also change my cantrip damage.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Joan.
Yeah.
Sounds a little better, I think.
Yeah.
Was your cable loose, or?
Maybe, I don't know.
I've never seen a loose cable do that, though.
No, me neither, but like,
Esther just
don't
had
know.
to make an Arcana check.
And she
don't
did
really
fairly
like
well.
Number looks good.
Yeah. I
Oh,
love
okay.
it.
That's a hot spell.
I forgot how gung-ho I was to Luke.
why would anything good ever happen?
Why would anything could ever happen?
No.
Yeah, no, but like seriously, I just throw bombs, man. This is all.
Fervus has had a very interesting. Not
First
even
week.
a week.
Yeah.
Not even at this point.
He's
Not
got
yet.
here, man.
First 3 days.
Like 3, maybe 4 days. He's no.
I'm new here.
3 days, someone split into 4 bodies, someone came back into 4 bodies, there's
Like-
there's dating now.
It's like Fervus just got a job on Black Friday. It's just
And it's like, here's your cash training, run.
fuck.
Yeah, I can, what else I can just turn into face shit. That's my favorite thing.
Nice.
It's kinda cute.
Yeah, no. This is akin to like him getting like a retail job. It's like his first day. It's like, great, your first day is on Black Friday, and you're gonna be manager. It's like, what?
This is like the Doctor getting a new companion like 3 episodes before the season finale.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
I don't understand anything.
Finger on the inside. Yeah, we went through this 7 episodes ago. Shut up and go.
Screaming. Just screaming.
Who's my god?
Yes.
They all play a tug
That's
of war
what
for
I'm
you.
thinking. I never asked.
They all play
Oh.
a cheeky game of
I'll
tug of war
find out.
for you.
I'll find out.
I'll tell you what, you wake up in the morning and you spin the wheel of fucking fortune.
Wake up in the morning and
Hope you don't get bankrupt.
hope you don't get lol. Bankrupt is just lol.
Lol. like you have like a week straight, or like how Danny kept getting lose a
Bankrupt.
turn. He bankrupt and lose a turn. Goddamn! Just keep getting that like for a week, and you don't know why.
So what's the plan after this? What are we fighting after this guy?
I don't know. We might have to shoot Esther.
Well, we have to shoot a. Well, for step 1, shoot Esther. Step 2, Lucerne. Step 3, jailbreak. 2 question marks.
Yeah.
Step 7, the tribe meeting, but all the other ones are just profit and question marks at
Also,
the same time.
if we don't fight the Kenku,
I feel like that. Oh,
Oh no. That's a
I
strange
feel like the
start, bro.
Kenku would find us. Just think a
who do you
little.
think?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Oh, that's the right answer.
Oh
So-
no.
The right
you
answer.
guys see Esther just disappear.
Fuck.
Fuck.
I'm gonna feign
Esther's
Earth to
gone.
Esther.
Don't get an answer.
Fuck.
Her fein's not answering.
At all?
Nope.
She has like a crossbow trained at the book. I assume that she like did the book go with her?
Nope, book is still sitting there.
It just kind of like fell from where she was holding it.
She didn't even get a chance to pick it up. As soon as her fingers touched it, she just disappeared.
What if we all
Okay.
touch the book at the same time?
How about we don't?
Oh, well.
He just kind of like has a crossbow at the book.
I
Does anyone have a mage hand?
do. Rosalind will cast up Mage Hand.
Be careful.
Careful.
I should just gonna like hold on to her just in case. Sure.
Oh.
It'll be alright. And she'll push the Mage Hand forward and have it very lightly tap the cover of the book.
Tap, tap. No change.
Just gonna pick the book up,
Easily enough.
lift it up, and drift it back over, but not quite within touching range, and set it on the floor again, where we can easily
Sure thing.
see it.
Huh.
And she's gonna have it go ahead and flip the front cover open.
Alright. I know you can understand all languages. Can you read all languages?
Oh, I can read every language out there.
Okay. So, in a language you don't even recognize.
All writing, not even all languages, just all writing.
Perfect. Yeah, in a language you don't even recognize, it's not codex. It's definitely a certain kind of language. But it's foreign to the most extreme version of the word. It's effectively the necromancer's spellbook, is what it's titled. And in this case, necromancer isn't a simple term. It's the master of all death, bringer of decay, is the direct translation. But you understand the intent as a necromancer.
Let me try one more way of getting to Esther. Zinnia, she's gonna like lean in and just goes, "Are you somewhere that we can find you? Where are you right now?"
Is that it?
We found the book. Should we touch the book? Not touch? Location? Okay.
Alright.
I don't know how many words that is.
You're good. Roll me either a D20 or a D100, your choice.
And then you have a 5% chance of the message not arriving. It's another fucking plane. It's a 51, buddy.
Okay. Really getting those averages today.
I love it. I rolled a 50 before session. He's my 51.
So, Esther, you received that message after you made your little collection.
What collection? Dick.
No, the things you collected that I'm not saying out loud intentionally because they don't know what happened.
Yeah, I know. Fucker. Alright. So she gets it. Can she send
Before you did the oopsie.
Fuck you.
Oh.
She used a stick and everything. Alright, can she send it? Can she
You have
answer?
25 words you can respond with.
Okay. Touch the book in a room. Body parts everywhere. Crystal beating heart. 15.
That's 12.
12, sorry. Touch the heart. Inside? Question mark. The heart.
18.
Please help. What can she see around her?
Out. It's as if you're trapped inside the object of the heart.
Please help. Stuck inside. And then just at the very end, just very kind of quiet. I'm scared. And she said back.
She's stuck inside a crystal heart in a room that was book. I think we should touch the book.
What does that mean?
Just, how sure are we that Esther's in right of mind?
Can I make an insight check of Esther being Esther?
Sure, but it'll be disadvantage.
Okay, I will guidance myself. Finally! But just, let's make an Esther check. Come on, cheat. 15 class.
My man, she's being legitimate.
Shh. Number 18.
Alright. She seems relatively normal. You haven't heard Esther actively scared very often, outside of a panicked state. So this seems in line, but you can't be certain.
I think it's her. I'm pretty sure it sounded like her. She used similar voice inflections, but I've never seen her scared, like, slow scared. I've seen fast scared. We should touch the book.
I thought there was a time for slow scared.
Could you... Okay, you have your sending.
I do.
Do you want to go first and give us the okay with what you see? Because if there's anything else we could bring in, that could help.
You won't leave me there.
Of course not. No.
Okay.
We're not leaving Esther there either. Even if this
But-
isn't the way to get her out, we're gonna
But
find her.
seems Esther got stuck in something, so...
Yes.
Zinnia's going to just scoot their butt on the floor and just slowly, just their foot, tap the book.
Yep, you do, and instantly you're just transported.
Shit.
What?
Where am I, Conrad?
So, as you kind of are landing on the flats of your feet, you're in a room, and I'll describe it because I assume you guys will be coming soon after, out loud.
Yeah.
Strewn with body parts, torture implements, bones. You can see a few opened cubbies and nooks all around, stone floors, stone walls. Maybe 40 foot in a direction. Or 40 foot length, any wall. Ceiling's about 10 feet off the ground.
Do I
And
see
sitting in the very center of the room on a simple wooden table is a blue crystal beating heart. You can see Esther inside looking at you. Her eyes completely white and blank. Her hair pure ash. And roll either perception or an insight check.
21.
Would you like to add guidance?
Yes, guidance. Didn't know if I could, but yes, I would. 22!
Seems like she's just a bit older.
Oh. Hmm.
Is Esther seeing her?
Yeah, you can see Zinnia standing outside.
She's gonna bang on the glass.
Yes, Zinnia, you hear it. It's the light. And to see Esther hanging on the glass.
So he's gonna like look to one hand and look to the other and just like Ashton would hurt me. And just another
What are you sending into who?
Ashton. So I'm gonna roll the D100.
Sure.
I'm gonna
That's really impressive.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
In order, no less.
That's impressive. I'm
1 in
here.
1,000, I think the odds that is.
Yeah. I'm here. No one else alive besides Esther and I. Should I dispel magic on the heart? Esther looks older. It's fine to come. Yeah! That's 25.
Alright.
Alright. In return, definitely worth a try. Quickly. Do you see a way out?
Did I see a way out?
Roll a perception check or an investigation check.
Oh wow, I wonder which one I'm doing. I'll add guidance to that.
Yeah. You don't
Alright.
33.
Please find the fucking door.
So, as you kind of flip the room apart, you do find another cubby. One hidden behind a loose stone. And in it is an eyeball looking back at you.
Does it follow me?
As you move, its pupil tracks you.
It is following. One more sending. 53, baby! Aw.
You got a 3. You got good, actually.
Mhm. No exit. Weird door with eyeball. It's staring at me, and I don't like it. I feel like you should come quick. I'm gonna try dispelling on the heart. If I'm not in the room when you come. Heart. In heart. I don't know how many words that is.
You're good.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Alright. So, are you casting Dispel Magic?
Yes, I am.
At what level?
I'm going to use 4th because I don't have any 3rd level spell slots left.
Okay. Alright, make me a wisdom check.
I'm using Feign for advantage.
Sure thing.
That's not... That's...
You got
Fuck.
guidance beforehand, right?
I don't know. That's why I didn't test it.
It is an ability check and it doesn't take concentration. Spell magic does.
Conrad?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. So, avantage. Come on. There you go, sheet. Oh no. 24,
Plus.
28.
Oh boy.
Oh no, what'd you do?
Alright, Esther and Zinnia, both give me D100s.
Oh,
54! I clicked D4. I think I clicked D4. I did click D4.
Yeah, it's okay.
50!
Back to 50! You reset
Fuck.
at 30.
32!
There's a 32.
I'm back.
What the hell is wrong with this?
Jesus, 33, 32, 50, 51, fucking hell.
So there is a sense of a profound unfolding as the walls begin to shake.
I was just doing it on the heart.
I know. And the eyeball that you found shuts.
Shots.
Uh-oh.
First of all, you each take 13 damage,
Okay.
and reappear next to the book.
Probably Thasho's, but like slowly putting his hand down and he just kind of pulls it back and jumps back.
No, there's the book!
What
Esther.
does... Yeah.
How old were you when you entered the book?
Oh, I'm really scared. She was 26.
Right. The Esther in front of you is wizened, wrinkled.
What the
You are now 58 years old.
No, what?
Esther. Zinnia looks relatively the same, actually. As Zinnia, you've gained 50 years.
No.
Oh shit! I don't look it.
No.
Do I feel it?
Sitting next to the book. No huge difference, but for you, that's not a huge difference, honestly.
Yeah, it's like 2 years.
Sitting next to the book is a blue, beating, heart-shaped crystal.
So, I can fix that. I can fix it.
What happened?
Not now.
Bleaching.
I think I can fix it.
That's half my life.
Give me like a night and I can probably do it. I don't know.
Shit.
Zinnia's gonna like look to like Ashton, Rosalind, first. I don't
Have any?
I don't know how much 50 years is to you guys.
It's a
That's
lot.
half my life.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
We need to figure that thing out. He looks down at the heart.
That's an entire lifespan.
I
I'm gonna die.
Hold on. One way or another, we're going to fix this.
Yes.
I'm gonna die.
No.
can I
No.
Okay, I'm gonna do something drastic. It's gonna be the god thing again. I'm gonna see if it works.
I'm about to do something drastic too, but it takes me 11 minutes in character to do it, so...
Sure, it's be the best idea here.
I
This
don't
is ventilating.
It's my panic response, Ashta, and I really want to do my panic response right now because I don't have my regular response.
Before any magic can be cast, you guys see the body of the necromancer begin to
Begin to what?
stir.
Oh no.
He took my years. He
Oh,
took
this
my
was
years. No.
His wrinkles are gone,
Oh no.
and you see the wounds in his chest begin to close. And as he sits up, his eyes are no longer frontals.
My
He
years.
looks at you all.
Crossbows on him.
Bombs out.
When am I?
What do you mean?
What years?
year is it?
It's not going to matter for very long. Give them back.
Give what back? I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. Who are you?
That's what I thought.
Playing dumb.
No.
Zinnia's gonna do an insight check.
Go
I
for
should
it.
as well.
Go for it.
Yeah, same here.
Go for it.
22.
Yeah, if any of you, if he's lying, he's incredibly good at it.
He took. You. You took my life.
Do you know what that heart does?
I am capable of killing, but I don't believe you are one of the dead. Can someone please explain to me what's happening?
You took
You-
my years.
How about this? We just dealt with your ass trying to kill us for a while right now.
It was a ceremony of rebirth.
So if, in all honesty, you actually have no idea what's going on, you better take some steps to fix what the fuck just happened, or you're gonna get a... You're not gonna be here much longer.
While I understand that, and I see the scenario I'm in, I can't do anything without information, and frankly, you're shooting a crossbow at me, so I can't use my magic to find anything out. So if someone could please explain something to me, so
Just
I can
let
do
me
something about it,
speak.
I'd really appreciate that.
Just let me speak.
Go ahead.
Dash emotions for his guards real quick.
It was a
They're
ritual.
far away in the tunnel right now.
It was a ritual of rebirth. That
Was
stone.
this-
And she points to the crystal. That stone took me and died. It took my years. Took their years. Years that did not belong to you.
With permission, can I try to analyze this crystal, as I don't recognize the magic itself, but it does seem like my work?
Why don't you recognize it?
Well, that's a lovely question that I wish I could answer for you.
Alright then, what's the last thing you remember?
Oh,
Because we have no idea why you're acting like this right now after our last encounter. So you got some explaining to do.
Theory.
yes, I understand this very angry guard. Can I get your name at least?
No.
If I were
Alright.
to report a theory,
Ash glances over it first.
the years that the stone, and he'd put in air quotes, stole, regressed the necromancer back to whatever age it would have been. So, Zinnia, how many years do you think it took off of you?
50, I believe.
50. You look to be about 50, so about 70 years he's regressed or something
Maybe.
like that.
So let's start with this. What year do you think it should be?
Last I recalled, it was roughly. Oh god, let me check what year it is in game, because I can't remember which one. Checking my arcane tome.
Checking your
If I recall correctly, it was the late 1200s. No, that's not right. That was when I first came down here. 1530 something. I tend to lose track of time.
And what year is it for us again?
1599.
Gave him his years back.
Last I recall, to answer your question, was I was lucky enough to meet the god of magic. And I don't recall anything after that.
You went insane.
If you say so.
Your eyes were shattered.
A common side effect I have read about. In that case, yes, it does seem like I was cursed by the god of magic for something I learned.
And you don't have
Please.
it anymore?
Seemingly.
Inside check again.
Go for it.
Yeah, Zinnia too.
Yep, go for it. Fuck. Yeah, he seems pretty put together for what he's saying, but you can see a thin veil of confusion over what's going on.
Thin how?
Like he's trying to hide it.
But he's not, like, full of shit at all.
Not seemingly. It's again, you don't know him very well. It's kind of hard to tell, but if he's lying, he's very good at it. But he's hiding some level of confusion despite his put together kind of speech.
If you
So-
were to examine this heart, could you reverse what was done?
Most magic is reversible. Yes, I could at least figure out what the process would be most likely given time. I don't know what this artifact is personally, so I could not say how long. You think it
Do it.
took some of your life force and gave it to me? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Very.
We were dead on the ground up until a moment ago, and they were years younger.
Oh. Well, I hope my end was reasonable.
Justified.
May I begin? I'm certain. May I begin my studying?
We have spellcasters. We know the incantations for certain spells. If we see you doing a single thing, it's a bolt will be the last thing going through your mind.
Sure thing. Won't be the first time, apparently. And he kind of walks over. You can see his legs are much more stable. He's no longer limping like he was. And he kind of sits down in front of it and begins drawing out a circle around this thing. By now, the squads have begun to return. Most of them are kind of hushed and looking at Esther.
Just a few of them, not all. Some can stay on digging detail, but yeah.
Alright.
Just
But he
invisible.
begins catching rituals. Esther, some of which you would recognize as spells Agariel has cast before. spells of seeking, spells of legend. Nothing.
After like the second one, Ash might say, "Okay, you're going to tell us the exact method that you're doing as you're doing."
Hold on, need to finish focusing. Give me a second.
Let
He
him
just-
work.
Just begins like scrawling another rune very carefully, and just like, look, I understand the situation, but
I don't think you do.
yeah, I think if you want answers, you're gonna have to give me a second to focus. If you're correct, then I was dead a few moments ago, and if not, I was crazy just before that. So if my mind is working a bit slower and my hands are a bit shaky, then I might draw the wrong sigil. And while I would like that to not happen, I don't know what will happen if it does. So if you could please let me finish my spell.
Let him
Thank
work, Ash.
Keep that fucking personality up, and we'll see what happens afterwards.
Ash,
Go ahead.
just let him work. Please.
Go ahead, kill me. This will go wonderfully for your friend, I'm sure.
Ashta, this is going precisely nowhere.
Nothing else to say, Smugman?
Please don't antagonize each other.
Just
Please.
work. Please. Just please work.
Very well. He goes back to drawing the sigils on the ground. And you see them flash for a second, and his eyes don't quite fracture, but you do see the light begin to kind of like crack out of them, and he blinks and says, "Interesting. Oh, well. Alright, one more." Begins drawing once more. A similar circle, but you guys are all trained in magic. You can see the sigils are different.
There's a quick feint to everyone, but more so Esther. It's like, he's not our only solution. Just remember that.
Zinnia's currently reeling through spells and seeing if Greater Restoration could even help with this.
Roll either a medicine or an arcana check.
Medicine. Can I use guidance?
Yep.
Okay. 17 medicine plus 2, 19.
Yeah, in general, for guidance, if you would have had time to take a full turn basically before that, before doing it, you have time to cast guidance.
Okay, cool.
You know certain spells like remove curse. If this is a curse, it would be better suited towards aging spells. Greater Restoration could do it if it's like an ability as opposed to a curse. But your best bet might be like a heal spell or something similar.
Esther,
Yeah.
come here. Can I try something? Okay. Zinnia's gonna be casting a little bit of heal mixed with a little bit of dispel magic.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a wisdom check.
The fainted, and I can use. This is my last. You don't?
Go for it.
Or no?
No, roll go ahead, guidance, that's fine.
Okay. Wisdom.
Okay. As long as you would have had a turn's worth of time to cast, you're fine.
Okay.
23.
One
Okay, we got
second.
guidance.
And 26.
26, okay. You cast the spell, and Esther, you do feel better. Some of the wrinkles fade from your skin. The pain in your joints starts to go away. It's not cured, but you do look about roughly 10 years younger.
Okay.
Oh shit, Conrad, sorry. Heads up, I didn't have a 6th level spell slot, so I did upcast heal at 7th.
Yeah, I was assuming that.
Okay.
So, as he continues with his ritual, you see once more just a flash, just kind of more of a greenish light than a bluish one. He kind of like sits back and breathes in through his nose and says, "Well, it's certainly correct that I did make this in a more fevered state of mind, let's say.
You fix it?
I think so. But I need materials. A normal Arcanist's lab should have what I need. I just don't have anything that I can see here. I see just a lot of food.
Name these
What do you-
exact materials.
Here. And he kind of like pulls out a little notebook and like starts to write like a grocery list basically. An albino snakeskin is one. As well, it's the heart of a celestial, and the brain of a mind flayer.
Not that again.
Right. So,
I don't know for sure if this is the only thing that can fix it. This is just what I know would work. I can try some other things if you're going to let me attempt, but it seems like the version of me that was here was attempting to create a phylactery that did not require souls, instead required years, a portion of life energy rather than the whole thing, but failed halfway through and became a sort of siphon of vitality.
I could try over the course of a few days getting Esther's H back. It'd take me maybe almost a week to get my own. I don't need my own back.
There's a limit on that.
My own?
Can you only do it within a certain time? Or...
I gotta rest. I got 10 years down and I feel exhausted even in the new body.
I mean, is there a time limit on how long it works? That's it.
Does Zinnia know if magical, aging has, a permanent time? Like, after a certain point, if it becomes permanent, if they'd know?
Roll either a religion check or a
gonna panic attack.
a nature check.
Oh no! I use fame for advantage on that boy. Oh, thank God.
Okay. So you know that most things like this, based on kind of the effects of ghosts and similar things, it can be cured with simpler magic, the more quickly it's cast, but it can always be cured.
Oh, okay.
Zinnia will relay that, just I can cure it, just need the time. It can be cured, I just need a couple more days.
Fervus,
Yeah.
roll me an alchemy check.
Okay. Give me a sec.
That's-
I'll
there
use
was
main for advantage.
In the
Sure.
meantime, Rosalind's gonna give Esther a hug and just hold on to her.
You're sort of just gonna step back from them and just lean against the wall a little bit.
Esther's just curled in on herself and still crying.
Oh,
55.
24.
Fervus, you know a lot of the ingredients he's speaking of, specifically the first two. You're not sure about the mind flayer brain. They have a lot of ties to rebirth, and you can think of some simpler ingredients that might work similarly. Things like ancient seeds, plant-based mostly, symbols from the desert of rebirth.
Yeah.
It might be just a little bit easier. Specifically, that celestial heart, definitely not needed.
Definitely not needed. Yeah.
Something like amber or fossil could do something just as well.
Yeah. Amber fossil. Okay, so I'll relay that to Ashta and everyone. And I'll relay it to the necromancy Glimmer. That I'll propose that there are certain ones that'll work. The celestial heart is a bit unnecessary, and there are things that'll do the job just as well.
He starts nodding like, "Oh, I didn't even think about the naturalist perspective. Forgive me, I've been working with humanoid biology for so long."
Yeah.
Yes, something like that. The snake skin I definitely need, but if I were to make a more naturalist one... Oh, hold on. Does anyone have a diamond?
What kind?
Large.
I have gold, I have got a lot.
Let me see.
Okay, and Zinnia takes out one 500 gold piece one and one 300 gold piece one. Which one?
Take 500 should work, but if you have 1,000, it'd be even better.
Do you want two 500s?
That should work, yes. The dust should be in it.
Okay.
You're a cleric, yes.
Now, yeah.
Alright. Do you know how to channel magic through someone?
Has Zinnia done that before?
Not really.
Does it count of the scrying of me trying to channel from my own members instead of the Raven Queen?
That's pretty close to it, yeah. Yeah. It's a similar method.
I think it just goes like once, but I was shunted into another body. But yeah.
You've had quite the life. I might ask you questions afterwards. Dear, my apologies. I never got your name. Fiery one?
Me?
No, the
That's Esther.
victim here.
Esther just. She's not listening.
There's a quick feign over to first, like, watch the names with this one.
Okay.
We give him nothing than what is necessary.
Just very quietly, she just kind of whispers, Akin.
Akin, sure. I think I could try something if your cleric here is willing to attempt something, and guard, you look like you have some kind of celestial blood to you as well. Just, I need excess magic that I can't do on my own. I'm mildly tapped.
She gets raped.
Sorry.
No worries. Go for it.
Razzle and Little Fane nudge Ash to just please try.
You're going to give a full explanation of what you're doing here.
Sure. Different kinds of magic, particularly.
I will say, you don't have to do it in character, just so the party knows.
No, it fits in character. It's simple enough.
Okay.
Different kinds of magic, especially clerical. Basically, I'm trying to modify the idea of a reincarnation, but instead of a reincarnation, it is a rebirth of cells. While technically your body has aged, I could coax them into being young again. But I can't do it on my own, and it's not arcane magic that does something like this. So a cleric and a celestial would be the perfect for that. He has a vague form of immortal blood, and his magic should reflect that. Assuming you can cast magic, right?
To me?
Yeah.
Kind of like slowly nods.
Okay, perfect. And the clerical blood, especially from a fae, would be... Your magic is built for this, especially the cleric. And I want to try it. I'll basically be taking your magical energy, channeling it through my incantations, combining it with the spell of the cleric. Not any specific one, but just the intent to reincarnate. Maybe ask your god for a favor if you can. Outside of the materials I asked for, that's all I can think to do right now. Healing magic is not my specialty.
Just try.
Sure. Just come here. I'll show you what sigils I need drawn. You can analyze them if you'd like. It's a simple enough ritual. I did not mean for this to happen.
Maybe could we get Thorn to go pull over some of Rosalind's troop for this too?
Her troop is not the healing troop.
No, magical troop.
You'll want Esther's for arcane magic or Zinnia's.
Is
for
Esther's
cleric.
for the? Okay, no, sorry, Esther's then. My bad.
Yeah, Roslins are like the inventors.
I've got the Tinker squad.
Right.
Esther's gonna put her mask over her face.
He looks at it and goes, "Hold on, can I see that? That might actually help.
Why do you want my vestige?
That has magic that's attuned to your blood, to your race. The Genasi are they're effectively the mortal forms of elementals, which are immortal themselves. A
Will it
magical
be,
artifact like that, it has vitality stronger than any magic.
will it be destroyed?
No, I don't think I could destroy something like that if I tried.
And she'll very, very, very gently, she'll take it off, and then almost immediately cover her face with the vestige of fire.
The vestige of fire is the cloak. Would that be better than the mask, which is earth?
Yeah. Presumably, it's you are a fire genasi, I'm assuming. And also the fact that you have two means I have more magic I can draw from.
Just don't destroy them, please.
These are artifacts of legend. No simple mortal like me could, no matter how powerful you may think I am. Yeah. And he shows you the sigils he wants, and it's effectively a modified. It's basically if you took a heal, either a heal or a greater restoration, combined it with a reincarnation spell, and then combined that with a what's it called? An anti-magic field spell
Okay.
is effectively the formula he's doing, and you would know that takes more magic than any single person could create. And he explains the sigils to you for you to draw, and it makes perfect sense with the kind of notes you were seeing up there, but just kind of in a reverse order.
Okay.
And he waves over Zinnia and Ashta and just be like, just however much magic you have that you're willing to spare, that you don't feel vulnerable or whatever afterwards for, just give me access to it so I can shape it. And, young cleric, think of your friend as they should be. Stronger, wiser, in perfect health.
Try not to shoot for younger than 26.
And he gives like a thumbs up, and they're actually ready. Wait, does that use anything? Actually ready a little bit of anti-magic field.
Okay. So both Esther, Zinnia, and Ashta, what spell slots are you sacrificing to this?
Can he put his Radiant Soul into this with his Savior?
Sure.
Alright. He'll do 2 Radiant Souls. He'll do his Healing Hands as well. Not much,
Okay.
but might as well. And he'll throw 2 third levels and 3 first levels.
Okay, so a total of 9 levels of spell. Healing Hands, 2 Radiant Souls, its Savior. Zinnia, what are you sacrificing for this?
8th level, 5th level, 8th level anti-magic field, 5th level raised dead. I'm going to sacrifice my divine intervention.
Roll the D100. Also mark off the 2 diamonds.
Yes, I already did.
Okay, good.
78.
And Esther, what spell slots are you sacrificing to this?
What do you mean sacrificing?
You have to use up a certain, like, basically how much magic are you giving him to work with of yours?
Oh boy. They get replenished after the next long rest, yeah?
Presumably, you're basically just allowing him to cast with your spells right now.
Okay. Should do 2 third levels. All she's got left on that. 3 second level. And 2 fourth level.
Okay.
And if
that
he
case-
needs more, she'll give it.
Yeah, whatever he's basically asking for anything you're willing to use.
Connor, bop it another 5th level for me.
I still give 2 first levels.
Okay, I believe that's close to 40 levels of spells total. Okay.
They need more, Esther will give more.
Again, as much as you can give, he's going to take.
Alright, 2 first levels. A fifth, a 6th, and a 7th.
He's gonna look and just, are we resting after this?
Of course.
It most likely will exhaust at least one of you, so I'd recommend it.
Okay, 4th level, 3 second levels, 4 first levels, and 7 feign points.
Okay. Interesting with the feign points. Give me the
Memory-
100.
Memory of Esther, baby.
Yeah.
That's a 27.
Okay, so as the ritual begins, first, Ashta, give me a wisdom check.
Alright. How much is Feign is it for the advantage?
I believe it's just 1 point.
Alright.
Yeah, I think it's 1.
He'll use the one on this. 24.
Okay. Zinnia, give me a wisdom check.
Alright.
And you can guidance if you'd like.
Alrighty. Feign Vantage, Guidance.
The one session I'm happy to be a crit magnet.
Yes.
25.
You just had to do one better, huh?
Yeah, fuck you. Okay,
Alright,
Alsana.
Esther, give me an intelligence check.
I'm gonna use Feign for advantage.
Alright,
Fuck.
that's okay.
There.
Alright.
Also, I apologize if I kind of reacted a bit these last 2
No.
weeks. I've had existential crisis after existential crisis. Kind of unknowingly hit a big chord.
My apologies.
It's okay. I just kind of want to give an explanation as to kind of why.
Yep, fair enough. Alright. Okay. And Esther, give me one final D100.
Oh, I really hope this works.
Okay. So, you guys watch as this entire room fills with raw magical energy, as the number of spell slots being used here is not insignificant. And as the ritual begins, you see the necromancer's eyes slowly, you see the fractures once more begin to form. And instead he just kind of grits his teeth and blinks, and the fractures disappear, and instead you see this growing spiderweb from the outside of the circle that you're all standing in. As he starts making incantations and drawings in the air with these geometric patterns, the magic flows through you. Zinnia, you think of Coralon for a moment, and the idea that a form shouldn't be stagnant, nor should age limit anything. Ashta, you feel a well of magic from a place you don't recognize outwardly, but there's an intrinsic familiarity to the power that it draws from.
Ugh.
And Esther, as you flow as much magic and mental energy as you can possibly muster into it, you feel your mind actually begin to expand for a second, as his magic and his knowledge is starting to flow through you and back out. An exchange of arcanic energy coming through between the two of you, and as you watch, he claps his hands together. It's a silent clap. The magic in the room fades, and a dust picks up on the ground, swirling around Esther, and it just flows into her mouth. You see the vestiges begin to glow, and the flames all over her body and her solar ignite. Flames thrown 10 feet in any direction around her. And as they begin to fade, Esther is as she was. Esther, you may add to your spellbook any one healing spell of your choice.
Ooh.
And you watch as the necromancer kind of smile. Xena, you feel a bit better too, actually.
Beautiful.
Yep, you are returned to your normal age.
Okay.
And the necromancer just kind of smiles, and that was more magic than I expected you to have.
Don't underestimate. I might look old, but I am quite powerful.
Thank you.
I'm more just meant because if you managed to kill me, I expected I would have taken more magic than that, but I suppose I was incorrect.
And Esther just kind of dives forward and pulls him into a hug. Thank you.
As you do, your hands kind of grab him, and as you pull him into a hug, there's like a gap where his shoulders were. And between your arms is just dust. And he just smiles and says, the years had to come from somewhere. And he just blows away into the wind.
Okay.
Wow.
First of all, fucking gross! And she's dusting herself off.
Yeah.
Here, and prestidigitation over and over to help.
Oh my
As you
god.
basically scatter his ashes into the magical energy of the world.
That's what he would have wanted.
I'm not denying that.
I died once, and then I got old. I'm not. Oh god.
And Esther, there's like a rush of marching feet as your squad just dogpiles you.
I grab a large mason jar from my bag of holding that I would usually use to hold like ingredients, and I just slowly
Start
without
scooping up the
touching it.
necromancer.
Put
No.
him in a coffee tin.
No. I basically without touching it, try to put the crystal into the mason jar so no one can.
The crystal is like the size of Esther's torso.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind then.
Boy,
Yeah,
it's
it's
big.
big.
It big.
Okay, we need
And then-
a way to contain this then, since we can't.
That should not be sitting here.
I'd almost want
Yes.
to banish it if I didn't mean we didn't know where it went.
I don't like it. Can
Esther,
we break
get your
it?
squad. No, we need to contain it. Even shattered pieces could have tons of magical energy.
And hell, for all we know, breaking
Rosalind,
it is gonna
could you
age
get
everyone in the
your
room.
squad? Could you get your squad? We need an encasing.
Honestly,
My dear, my
magical
squad
around
is
it.
on top of me.
No, I need Rosalind's squad. Sorry.
could I just point out that we could avoid breaking it and aging everybody in the room if we are not in the room when it happens? Remember, I do have unseen servants.
Yes.
It's not doing anything right now.
It's not doing
It's
anything
just
right now. We need it contained because yes,
Contained
don't-
or destroyed.
contained. or
Don't
just-
fucking touch it.
Of course
Exactly.
not. That's not what we're looking.
And don't
to do.
Touch
Looking
the book.
for-
Don't touch the book.
We're
Don't.
looking, Esther. We're looking to build a casing around it so we can get rid of it.
And I think the main offender is the part on the ground, not the book.
Yes.
Esther, your squad kind of stands up and they kind of set you back into a more seated position, and all of them summon their own mage hands. It's odd. All the hands look different. And like 2 or 3 of Rosalind's squad also summons a mage hand.
Yeah, I need a couple of Rosalind squad to build a casing around it.
Yep. Mr. Fervis, it's going to take us a bit of time, but if you can bring it up to the castle, we can definitely work with that.
Can you encase it in like foam?
We need we need a temporary casing, and then we can properly case it on the castle. How
The
does that sound?
moss.
Yes,
Encase it in the
Moss.
moss.
you can grab
Moss?
What moss?
grab as much
The
glow
moss.
moss.
The
Grab
moss.
as much glow moss from these caverns as you can. Make a temporary casing with that, and then we can bring it up to the castle where we can make a more permanent.
It's moss. We need a container, and then we can put it in something extra.
Oh,
extra
hold on.
plainer.
And you see one of Rosalind's squad kind of goes like, one of you has a bag of holding, right?
Yes, but I'm hesitant to touch it or put it anywhere.
Oh,
Why?
no, that's fine. Hold on. I have an idea. Do you have just random metal and assortments of stuff like that you don't care about?
Yeah.
Probably.
Anything made of lead?
Mm,
Yes, I have a couple of lead. I have a couple of lead casings just for certain things. So he grabs a couple. He puts on a glove, reaches into his bag of holding, and grabs a couple lead ore.
Perfect. How much lead can you guys get me?
Right now?
Yes.
I can. Hold on a
have
minute. She's gonna Imagineer as much lead as she can.
It's a fuck ton of lead. You can make a 10-foot cube of lead if you want.
Keep in mind that only lasts a day.
It's all we need to get it out of here.
Yes, we need a temporary. This is only
you-
for a temporary casing.
Every dwarf in the room, his jaw just drops as you just summon 100 cubic feet. No, not 100, 1,000
10.
cubic feet
I did not know we could do that.
of lead.
Before all of you get too excited, it lasts 24 hours and takes her concentration.
That's still magnificent. How did you... We'll ask questions later. And you watch as they just take like a few items out of the bag and ask first for a couple things as well. And just
Yeah.
basically open up one side of the container, attach a hinge, and just hollow it out. And then they basically say, all right, everyone's mage hands, pick it up, put it on side put it on the underside. Like all the mage hands come together and like lift it, slowly put it inside the lead box, and then close it. And
But
look at
the-
smile at you and go,
Uh,
how are we
can-
gonna move this?
Can you put the book inside there as well?
Oh, sure. And just one like grabs the book and just like drops it in there.
Fucking book. Do one of you mind imagining potentially wheels, cart, some?
Oh, we can do wheels, and they just pull it like a bunch of like spare car wheels. They're not even. They're not meant for this rocky terrain, but it'll work.
We'll hash together.
I think there was like 2 carts like a couple miles back.
Like a long fucking way back.
Yeah, we're
How's
not
it-
traveling 12 hours
Yeah.
back.
At this point, you guys hear a Eureka! That's good timing, Sky. And they say, Sir, we've reached light! Well,
Is it close to
close
where we
light as we
started?
get. It's it's where the tunnels collapsed, where Mr. Rosalind helped us out.
All right.
Well, let's get started and we'll figure out how to get this thing out of here when we figure out how to get ourselves out.
Anyone got a latch and a lock for that box?
Yeah, I have a couple of locks on my person.
Yep,
Can I
it's a
start
combination of
harvest?
inventors you have. Just lock it all up.
Can I still harvest the glow mushrooms?
Yeah, There's you can get probably like 30, 50, 30, 40 pounds worth.
40 pounds! Jesus
These things are
Christ.
huge.
Yeah, he's also gonna.
Oh,
Purvis is also
hold
gonna
on
do
a
it.
second.
Yeah.
We didn't need to go through all that.
Why?
I have enlarge reduce. I could have shrunk that heart.
Does it work on magical things?
Uh,
Or is it only creatures?
Alright, boys, 40
Here.
pounds of
It
glow.
is object you can see within range. Object neither worn nor carried. Says if the target is unwilling, and that's a creature, I believe.
It doesn't mention anything about magic.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
If it's a medium size, it reduces it to small, so it's still kind of biggish, but we won't need as much lead and it won't be as heavy.
Well, now that we've
Can she
created the
just-
casing around it.
Can she just
You can do-
reduce
you
the
can-
entire package?
Yeah, I assume so.
Roll a charisma check, but probably.
Do it. Quit.
Let's give it a try.
Right.
18.
Yeah, easy enough. You shrink the whole box down to about like a 5-foot cubic size, and I kind of look at you like, why didn't you do that before?
Honestly, this is not my own spell. It's from a book, and I forgot I had it.
There's a lot going on right now. We're going home.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I'll put a lock on it and then put it in my bag of holding.
Yeah, it would fit.
Yeah.
What is on Colonel and King Cobb's bodies?
Oh, right.
Looting.
But before Ferris puts in the bag of holding, Ashton might like stop and like, that's gonna stop being that size once it's not able to be concentrated on by Rosalind.
Right. Then I'll just carry it. That's
So
fine.
you're about to ship in a bottle it.
You try to carry it, Fergus. It is still a 5-foot cubic box of lead.
Lead.
Ashta's squad comes by with the shields, and they place it like on top.
Yeah, I have my even with the gauntlets of ogre power, it's like still kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Still kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Still kind of.
This
fucking
would
heavy.
probably weigh upwards of like 600, 700 pounds,
Yeah.
realistically.
It's like
That'd be like-
condensed.
The weight is halved due to the reduce.
Yeah.
That's still a lot, especially with the other equipment you have on you.
Yep.
It's like
And
saying
just-
that Rosalind and Ashton were kind of oblivious.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Very nice.
I really
Nice
gotcha.
callback.
Alright, give me them bodies. You
Alright,
me
so-
panic attack for this. Give me the bodies.
Fair enough.
Goodness.
You were just the one who grabbed it first. I apologize.
No, it's okay. Just fuck me. What's the timing for that, man?
Also, can I, as a person, not as a DM, for a second, just give you shit for like 5 seconds?
Did you immediately touch it?
She used a stick. You poked the giant beating crystal heart with a stick, Esther. I'm sorry, that wasn't the wisest of moves.
Oh.
No,
What?
it was.
The least
know.
wise of moves would have been poking it with your finger.
Correct. This was a close second.
That's
You did
fine,
it-
anyways.
You did the equivalent of like touching, like you didn't quite lick the magical 9-volt battery, but you put the finger on both like nodes.
Regardless, that's all. Just, this is how it is.
Sometimes it'd be like it is.
Sometimes
It'd be like that.
It is what it is.
it is what it is.
Sometimes
Okay,
it'd
but
be
no,
like that.
just fuck me and the
Okay,
timing
so-
for that.
Alright. Do
Moving
I
on.
need to-
Party
Do
moving
I
out.
need to have party loot open for this, or are you putting it all
Yes.
on Esther's sheet?
You're gonna need it open.
Alright. I'm
Because
getting it open.
Esther doesn't have a bag of holding, and she will not be able to carry all this.
I'm ready.
She will call dibs on whichever.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
If it's
So-
something that you're gonna keep, just let me know, but I'm gonna list other things.
Give me a quick second to open up their sheets, in case anything I'm forgetting.
Oh god, we're gonna be collecting corn paraphernalia.
Yes.
Yes.
Some of the party already has. Xenia
Also,
has a
yeah.
shirt.
I have
I have
a
a
whole
t-shirt and a plush corn. Shut up.
The plush corn is perfect. Don't dare insult him.
I bought the biggest one they had, Sky.
I know, like, we can't prove that the current Zinnia is not wearing that fucking t-shirt under all the armor and everything right now,
I'm not.
but we don't know for sure.
Ty
Alright.
says no.
Okay. It's a
So-
swap shirt now.
You can add to the party loot the cob clobber,
Oh fuck.
goodness.
Is that a great sword?
No.
Great club.
It's just a big old piece of corn.
What's the equivalent?
I hate it.
There is none. It's a 2d8 bludgeoning damage.
Dear Lord.
Oh, sorry. Here we go. It's technically a pair of gauntlet. Because it is part of an unarmed strike.
I hate it.
As well, you can add husk armor.
My soul's a fucking husk.
Isn't the husk armor already popped on the Colonel? Because we burned
No,
him.
this is from King Cobb. So the husk armor gives resistance to poison and condition immunity to poison condition.
Fuck. What
It's
kind
as
of
well.
armor?
Since it,
It's medium armor.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Oh, sorry, no, heavy armor technically.
Hey, here's-
no,
But it doesn't require heavy armor proficiency. It only requires light armor proficiency.
oh, I could probably use that.
We
I
could,
would
use
like
it. We could also give it to her like a prime, like giant snake wrangler on the island.
Yeah, let's not put the resistance to poison armor on the guy who's already immune to poison.
Yeah,
Let's,
that's true.
let's maximize our capabilities if we use it at all.
Yeah,
As well.
I'm just still
Yes.
needing better armor.
There is also a periapt of was it Constitution? The thing that brings a Constitution
Wound
19.
closure. Oh, that.
Health?
Periapt of health. I think that's what it is.
What is that?
You attune to it, and it makes your Constitution score 19.
Damn.
Which ups your HP and is
does.
nice.
Nope, not the periapt of health.
Constitution.
No, it's not Constitution. It's not that direct. It's something weird.
Amulet of health.
An
Reactor
amulet
health?
of health.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Yeah, so Amulet of Health requires attunement. Your Constitution score is 19 while you wear this amulet,
Alright.
which would increase your HP. So that's from King Cobb. You also find just roll me. Give me a D20 from everyone.
Everyone?
From everyone?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Alright.
Ah, bollocks.
13, 49, 44 platinum pieces. On
Okay.
King.
I'll get it
Damn.
up there. 44 platinum.
Purvis
Um,
finds a fart rat.
He finds what he thinks is a platinum, but is actually an electrum. No.
Oh, dang.
And from Colonel Orville Colonel.
Fuck.
Thank you, Evan, for that one.
Hmm.
It wasn't Colonel or
No, it was the other one. It was the-
It was Cornelius Colonel.
Ah, my apologies.
Yeah, because Orville's the brand, so it'd be the king. I
Fair
thought about this. I hated it, but I thought about this.
Yeah.
How asleep were you when you thought about this?
Very. Honestly, it wasn't even like fully asleep. It was just like, you know that daze you're in?
Mania.
I don't know if I'm asleep or awake.
Definitely not mania.
Damn, I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Like that bit, like that in between where you wake up but you're about to go back to sleep, but you're awake at the moment.
Yes. The
First
phase.
stage of the sleep cycle. So, you guys find the holy oil frying pan, which was a magic item that allowed him to drop a frying pan from the heavens.
Can Esther please take it? Because it's very funny for the one on fire to have a frying pan.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
think it would be. I agree.
You find cut over his body in like very small containers a gallon of basting oil,
You just got a jug of butter.
I want to
Holy
make a
oil
puffin
of
bomb with
frying
it.
pan?
Holy oil.
yeah, holy oil
pan.
frying pan.
Okay.
You find the Great Cob,
Hey,
which is a Great Club.
fuck.
I thought it
What
was
does
a great
the
sword.
holy frying pan do?
It allows you to basically cast a first level, a basic version of what's the cantrip that does holy damage that ignores cover?
Rectangle bolt. No.
Cantrip.
Can't
Yeah.
Sacred Flame?
Yeah.
Flame.
Sacred flame. Thank you.
Sacred flame, yeah.
Sacred flame.
Sacred flame, but it does half damage if the target saves.
And it's a frying pan.
Yeah, it's a frying pan. That's just flavor. But you find 8 pounds of holy seasoning.
Esther's gonna take a pound of that.
Just put it in the loot for now.
Yeah, just in the bag. You guys can flavor later.
What happens if a cleric uses that in cooking?
Oh my god.
Great question.
Wiggly eyebrows.
we get
That's a
we
good
get Moth
question.
campaign version too.
Here we go again.
Summon God.
I've been trying to make chaos stir fry for a while, so.
Okay.
Holy seasoning.
And you get the cob armor.
Which is
It is a set of full plate.
Oh, really? It's not various armors cobbled together.
Fuck you.
Actually, that's kind of funnier, but no. It's
Do they have nice reviews? Do they get a
How am
good
I doing this better than you, Conrad?
because I put it all into the sheets that I made.
But I hate it.
So stop doing it.
anyway, full plate.
I can't.
Full plate.
Full plate.
Yeah, so it's full plate with a +1 to it. But if you're hit with fire damage, your armor class becomes 14 until the beginning of your next turn. But while the armor is popped, you deal an additional 1d10 fire damage per attack.
I kind of want that.
I've
No,
gone
I don't know if I can
past
do
like
it.
the existential crisis, just slowly slipped into acceptance. It's a stage.
And you guys, actually, each of you roll me an investigation or a perception check, your choice.
Fun.
Perception is higher DC though.
thing?
Can I use Fame?
Yep, go for it.
Oh, can I use Feint as well? Sorry.
Go for it.
Yeah, I.
Ooh.
We all really vibed.
Damn it. 12.
I
Is this
will remind you
something that
guys.
Thorn can help with,
Yeah, you can do it.
because I'm gonna do a 1 for Rosalind, and that's my passive, and I'm gonna do a 1 for Thorn because he's got advantage.
Quick flick on of the glasses of note.
Oh,
Okay.
Thorn's done well.
So he's seeing a bit further.
So, as you guys look around the room, you find, first of all, a headband of intellect.
Dibs.
Oh.
No question.
Please,
asked.
take it.
Very fucking
As a
quietly.
note,
Is it
There's a note.
attunement?
this is a headband of intellect that is modified.
Oh.
Oh,
It does not
dear.
require attunement.
Oh.
However, once the wielder puts it on, they cannot remove it until some condition occurs.
Does it
Require
have...
further identifying.
This is assuming you guys cast Identify spell on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Esther's
And-
just gonna kind of put it in her pocket then.
I also want... Ashta, give me a D100. While I find...
Baby dragon number 2. Here we go. 45.
Please.
And give me one quick second while I look for one of my loot tables.
Well, Ty, we were discussing the headband of intellect anyhow.
I was discussing it with Conrad again today. Oh, don't worry.
Does it have to be worn around the head though?
Yes.
Can you like Lululemon headband wrap it around your wrist?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or like maybe even a waist. Doesn't matter. It's a headband. I put headband.
I don't think
Make a
it's
bang
a-
bang choker.
Keep in mind, you're never going to be able to take it off for foreseeable future. So, yeah, I wouldn't wrap it around over any clothes because that will make it very difficult, just logistics-wise, the next time your character needs to take a bath.
No,
And
that's
as
what I
well,
mean, like around the wrist.
it specifically states in the magic item section of the book that it has to be on the proper limb.
Aww.
Okay.
But for all we know, it also like fucking like puts screws in your skull or something because this is Conrad.
Why is it because it's me? Why is it not because this is a campaign where just things happen?
Because you run this campaign.
Because you're running this campaign.
Fuck you.
You're writing this campaign.
What if it just wraps around the wrist? Can you take it off the wrist?
Good question. Oh, that's an interesting item you guys just got. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It's not bad, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's not!
No, it's okay. Just keep going.
I just made a noise, man. What are you on the defensive about?
It's only mal says pas. Oh, good lord. That's quite the item.
You just got a bomb.
What did Ashta just trip over?
Kind of.
Oh no.
Wait.
We got a
Good.
problem.
Uh-oh.
Like,
Yeah, Ashton, you pull out a staff.
Oh no.
Christ. This is what I fucking think it is.
You don't have identify.
Esther does.
I thought we were assuming everything is identified.
Well, yeah, you hand it to Esther. Esther,
Oh, dear.
this is an item that you've probably heard of before, known as a Staff of Power.
Yep.
Okay, explain.
Back to haunt me.
Never break it. Never ever ever
Never
break it.
break
It
it.
is a
No, only break it if you are incredibly desperate.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
did that as
remember
a
this.
I did
Yep.
that
Cause.
as a
Was it this campaign we got fucked by one of those things?
No, it was a one shot.
No. That was a one-shot.
It was the
Alright.
one shot, and I was the
One-shot.
only one who died.
Well, you and the villain NPC who broke
It was meant to
because
die,
he was
Ariel.
desperate. He was hoping
He
to
was
live.
trying to escape.
You got fucking
Yeah, we
murked.
think-
Anyway,
So,
what does it do?
To give a
regardless-
basic idea of what happens.
It does nothing.
First of all, you have to attune to it.
Okay.
It's a magic quarterstaff with a +2 to attack and damage rolls.
Okay.
While holding it, you have a +2 to armor class, saving throws, and spell attack rolls.
Damn.
It's got 20 charges. Regains 1d8 charges per dawn.
Holy shit.
Um,
And each charge does.
each charge can do a number of things. First of all, any charge can be used for melee attack, and with the melee attack, it does an extra 1d6 force damage. You can do the attack anyways, but it deals additional. As well,
yeah, you
with the
expend one
charges.
charge to deal
Hold on.
1d6 force damage.
Hold on, John. It's an additional 1d6 to the normal damage. As well, you can use the charges using your spell save DC to cast either Cone of Cold, Fireball at 5th level, Globe of Invulnerability, Hold Monster, Levitate, Lightning Bolt at 5th level, Magic Missile, Ray of Enfeeblement, Wall of Force.
Holy
Well,
shit.
when you break the staff as an action, it releases the remaining magic into a 30-foot sphere. There's a 50% chance that you can instantly travel to a random plane of existence, avoiding the explosion. Otherwise, you take force damage equal to 16 times the number of charges in the staff.
Jesus Christ.
And depending on how far away creatures within 30 feet are, they have to make a DC 17 take a metric fuck ton of damage, ranging from
Holy
8
shit.
to 4 times the number of charges in the staff.
Wow.
But you take 16.
Holy
you
shit.
don't teleport away, which is basically the terrible thing that happened in the one shot.
Yep.
Yes.
I
Might
noticed
be
another
done
thing.
fucking Goku'd.
Yeah, sorry.
This can be attuned by either a sorcerer, warlock,
Or a wizard. You cut off right at the end.
or a wizard.
Esther's
So-
just gonna kind of hold the staff and very visibly starting to get more and more excited as she holds the staff.
Yeah, so basically this is either an Esther or a Rosalind, depending on who wants to attune to it and can use it. So
Esther just kind of looks at Rosalind and goes, "Ooh, it's gonna be fun."
But for now, it is in the party loot, and you guys are free to journey upwards once more.
alright.
Okay.
Is it fair to say that Esther's fucking exhausted?
You're getting there, but you guys rolled really well on your checks, so you should be okay for now. But you are starting to get very tired. This has been quite the day.
I think we need a bit of rest before we.
No,
And
let's get out of here sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
I don't
Get out
ever
of
want
here.
to come back to the Underdark.
as you folks find yourself at entrance where you came down, you see your guide waiting for you. He nods to you and says, well, he doesn't really say anything. You get your deep voice go, "How to go?" That you recognize as the general's voice.
Ha 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 ha. Ha.
We relay as much information as needed.
Some things could have gone
Well-
better, but mission complete.
We're relaying exactly as much information as we say we're relaying, which is not much.
Not much. Yeah. As much as needed.
Kind of cocks his head and goes, "The book?"
Box.
Safe, but we need to get out of here.
Let's get to the surface first.
Sure. And he taps a mostly drawn teleportation circle on the ground.
Oh, You were
That could
prepared.
fit us all.
And he gestures towards you guys and says, "Can you do it?"
Can Esther with Fane take somewhat of a snapshot of this teleport?
Yep, easy enough to do. You can basically memorize the spell of the circle. Sorry, the code of the circle that you don't know where it goes yet, but you memorize it.
Thick beans. At least we know that it somehow comes here on the other side.
Where's it
not,
going?
not necessarily. Just to clarify, Esther, you can on the ground one that you draw is the code to a permanent circle. So this is the code to a permanent circle, not to right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Beans.
I should ask, where does it go?
Kind of gestures upwards and kind of makes a grabby hand for like a piece of paper.
I'll pass him one.
Yep, and he writes down the general's office.
I feel we could have guessed that. Well,
Is
we
that
can-
taking all of us, or...?
He nods.
Um,
Powerful magic.
the general is aware that it's going to get very cramped very quickly, as we have a.
He shrugs and you see like a small smile on his face.
Well, I suppose. Might as
And he
well.
gestures towards Hal Kareem and looks like a questioning look. As he's like being like dragged by his wrist across the ground.
He was unfortunate, but not somebody we can just leave as a casualty.
Kind of slowly starts pulling out a knife with like a questioning look.
No.
No.
Puts away the knife.
Grandson of a powerful Glimmer,
Rolls his eyes.
however, has made some very questionable life choices, and
Pulls it.
deserves.
Slowly starts reaching towards the knife again.
We'd rather not risk an
We-
incident.
We...
And like he kind of cocks his head and goes, "Necromancy, you say?"
Blame it on the necromancer? Of the dark?
Roll an insight check.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to say on that.
Yeah, roll insight.
21.
He's basically asking if he was using necromantic magic.
No, he's not a necromancer.
He found himself aligned with him, though.
Loosely.
He shrugs and gestures towards the circle and like motions for you guys to all kind of get in, as it's far larger than a standard circle.
And Ashley goes, though for the record, if you suddenly find yourself overcome with the bloodlust, once he's well and far away from us, I mean, you're free to do as you please.
There's
Esther
like a
gives.
bit of a maniacal grin as he pulls out this like it's a staff, but it seems to be entirely made of chalk.
Hmm.
And he just completes the circle and you guys and just teleport. And you kind of blink your eyes and you're standing inside the office general, who is in his lordly tidy whities
Oh no!
and just kind of looking over the view. And he kind of turns back toward and goes, "So, hey, how'd you do, kid?"
Looks at Ashley, the guy like, glances over, it's like, are you a recently ordained emperor?
And he just like looks over at you and goes like, "This is not who I expected to see in my office."
Hi.
The feeling's mutual.
Nice underwear.
Appreciate it.
What's happening?
He kind of just shrugs and goes over to his desk and sits down and goes, "So, you have the tome?"
Uh-huh.
"Very well, let me see it."
I
Rosalind
wouldn't touch
will
it.
mage hand, slip the mage hand into the box,
The lockbox.
and just slip out the tome. And
Keep in mind the
drift-
tome is reduced.
Yeah, I know. And just
It's a
drift.
tiny.
I'm aware. And drift it over to his desk and place it there and say, "We learned that touching it can have some adverse effects."
I figured as much. And you watch as he just like takes his hand and kind of flexes it. You see all the veins like start to like stand out, and the entire hand starts glowing like a deep red. And he just plunges it into the tome, and you see his hand basically disappear into it. And he pulls out what looks to be this like beating heart out of it. It's like, necromantic magical power source. And he tosses it over to the ranger, who catches it in his pocket. So, that's our deal done. The ranger kind of nods to him, and he snaps his fingers and just disappears.
I'm sorry, what the fuck?
Oh, we made a deal. I wanted the book, he wanted the power source.
The power source of what?
The book.
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 That's how it did whatever its effects are. Now it's just a spell book, which frankly is no use to me.
Can I have it?
Do you plan to take the title of necromancy?
No, I'm just curious.
In that case, you can't have it, but
Rent it.
yeah, I mean, if you want to copy some stuff out of it, I'm not going to stop you. But you can't keep it. It's an artifact.
Okay. I just would like to look in it. You're sure it's not
He takes his hand and just places it on the book, and nothing happens.
Okay, it's been a long day.
I understand. I'll give you a few minutes with it. I'm going to get some clothes on.
Quick feint over to Issa, just like, hey, so.
Yeah, and Issa
About
just
to
gives like
do the
the.
same thing, so she gets a simultaneous message from Rosalind as well.
Do you guys include the fact that you two are now kind of a thing?
Nope.
No.
Guy. I love it.
Why?
Issa kind of just sighs and goes like, "I'll make sure there's a hot bath and some tea for all of you when you get here.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank
You need us to come pick you up?
Yes, please, and we'll let the general know to expect the castle.
Alright.
Mile, preferably.
And as soon as he comes back out clothed, we're gonna let him know to
He
expect
comes back
the
out
castle.
clothed and kind of scrambling after him. You see Prince Rainier like, "Hi."
Hi!
Oh, hey.
You can see he's looking like, unkempt.
Zinnia's gonna look him up and down, just like raise an eyebrow. Can I do an insight check?
Go for it.
it.
Yeah,
Are
real
you
quick,
feeling
like, is he the
alright?
reason that Ronier was in his tidy whities?
I'm just gonna say it bluntly, Ariel, I apologize.
Ha.
He's got the look of someone who was freshly fucked.
Ooh,
Oh, they fucking.
Oh, they fucking.
fucking.
Oh no.
Oh.
Zinnia's
There's
like,
a
Rainier
thing going on
just-
today.
Prince Rainier just comes out like, "Hi, you're here. Also, hello."
You're
And, like,
here.
all the dwarves immediately just kneel to him and go like, "No, this is not the time. There's
I'm
food in the
gonna-
waiting room," and they all just like charge out into like the waiting room.
is he fully clothed?
Yes, he's fully clothed.
I'm gonna
Esther
lean
just
over to
kinda-
Rosalind and go, "You guys know Prince Rainier?"
Oh, yeah.
Fervis, do me a favor. Roll me a history check.
Wait, you know of Prince Rainier?
Yeah, that's what I'm rolling for a second. Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, you lived in the desert.
25.
Oh, no.
No, you know Prince Rainier, fine.
You know Prince Rainier?
Esther's just gonna kind of go up to Prince Rainier. So,
It's a long story.
busy
Yeah, I
outside,
assumed.
You put your clothes on quick.
I assumed.
busy.
He just goes like, "Yeah, I can. Do you want me to go back to how I was? I mean, I figured you'd want to see me."
No,
There's
just.
a sudden double take.
Yeah, Purvis puts like a hand up, like trying to avert his eye, just like over his eyes. Like,
Nope, nope.
Sure. Wait. What?
Fully clothed is fine.
That's what I thought. Nice to
just-
see you all.
Yes,
Um,
nice to see you. Was not expecting.
Yes,
Esther
we weren't
goes on the
expecting. I wasn't expecting you either. And the general just
So-
walks in, kind of pats his shoulder, and just goes, "Just learn to own it, kid." And he just like goes back to the desk and sits back down and goes, "So, thanks. Is the Glimmer dead?"
Like, Ash, you can't keep it together right now.
Very.
yes.
Are
Frankly,
you certain he's dead?
frankly, there was an odd bit of magic at the end. He is Ash.
Dust reduced to atoms.
I don't think there's any coming back from that. I don't think.
All right.
Esther shivers.
I got some kind of message, but a magic heart, but not the one I just gave away.
No, it's in the box.
Can I see it?
Don't touch it.
I
It's.
don't plan to.
It's in a lead box for a reason.
Just
And I'd recommend
You
it.
can leave it in the box, but the table can hold it. Don't worry.
It is reduced, however.
Rosalind will mage hand the lid of the box open.
Yep, and you can put the whole box on the table. It's big enough and sturdy enough.
Don't touch it.
Esther is
Got
visibly
the memo. Don't worry. And he whistles, and immediately the his elf friend, the Inquisitor,
Careful with identifying that thing.
Just kind of looks at it and says, I know what this is, don't worry.
Are you sure?
He kind of, yeah, it's from the Underdark, he didn't invent this. And he kind of like draws a sigil in the air, and it just disappears. He goes, and back to its rightful owner, in the abyss. Anything else?
Well then,
Don't like that thing.
thanks for the heads up on doing that.
Didn't think he'd have it. We didn't sense it. It must have been some sort of hidden something.
I
In
believe it was in the
about
codex.
in about an hour or two, the flying castle should be arriving over the
Oh,
citadel.
perfect. Well, until then, what's dinner?
Sorry, Mr. Inquisitor?
Be greatly appreciated.
Yes.
You said rightful owner. Is it in the abyss?
Some devil, a demon of some renown. Apparently was wreaking havoc, trying to get it back.
So you should be happier now?
Should be less destructive.
Do you
We'll
know
take it.
who would have stolen it? Who would have had the...
I presume the
Necromancer.
Glimmer. But wouldn't be surprised if someone else did. The Glimmer just got their hands on it. That demon's been raging for 200 years now, I think.
And sorry, just one more question. God of magic.
Which one?
The one that, say, a necromancer? The under...
Either Mistra or probably not Ayun, but Mistra.
Mistra.
Yes. Used to be the god of magic, and it was kind of supplanted.
This work,
Can-
Fane. Just good questions, but let's keep cards to the chest if we can.
Kind of out of...
Yeah, just kind of like glance at you guys, and once more, his eyes are piercing. Says, and now I have some questions for you folk. Give me the physical description of the necromancer, please, to make sure it was the right person.
Alright.
We'll give a reasonable
Honestly,
enough description.
I can prestidigitation. I can create a non-magical trinket or an illusory image that can fit in my hand and last until the end of my next turn. So for about 6 seconds at a time per casting, I can make a little illusion of the necromancer.
Or a little statue.
Yeah, or a little
Yeah, little
statue.
statuette. Yeah.
He kind of nods and goes, alright. And, well done. Any other issues down there we need to be aware of? And who is that unconscious man on the couch?
One of the issues.
A major issue.
He was...
That's
there
the
was
son
some-
of the diviner, isn't it?
Yes, grandson.
Grandson.
Mhm.
Interesting.
There was some incidental magic that teleported him into the Underdark, incidentally near where the Glimmer was.
We presume, at least.
One way or another, we noticed him while trying to scry our location and target, and I don't know exactly what was said between them, but when we arrived, he did try to fight us. Hence, he is now in this state, and we thought it best to leave him as such, but take him out of the Underdark, given his relations.
He just kind of looks at you quietly, Rosalind, and goes, you're hiding some detail. Why did he grow hostile?
He claimed himself a Paladin of Zeus.
Do you oppose Zeus?
I oppose him. He
Why do you
points
oppose
to
him?
Tugrim.
There
So
are
right.
personal matters that
Such
are
as?
a little complicated.
Oh, please, it's my job to untangle webs. Go ahead.
He's a sexist, hedonist, overall bastard pig.
There may have
Astute.
been advances, and I may have rejected them, and he may have taken it very personally.
Alright. Honest enough. He closes his little notebook in his pocket. Well, what do you plan to do with him?
Shrug.
Leave him.
To turn him loose somewhere, preferably far from us. Preferably after we have gone our own way.
It kind of turns to General. General, how do you feel about a boot camp for this one? Till the diviner chooses to make contact with us. The General just kind of shrugs and says, "Yeah, make him send him to work."
Thank you.
He's volatile. Be careful.
The General just looks at you like, really?
Not you, just anyone you might put him with.
He's in the midst of an army. If he chooses to be volatile, he'll blow it in his own time.
Fair enough.
Also, Zeus might mad at him now.
That's between him and his god. He looks
Fair enough.
strong enough to lift some rocks. He will lift rocks.
Well, if that's it, we should be, if not going, at least getting somewhere. Well,
Go
proceeding
to the
out
mess,
of your office.
Go to the mess hall. Prince Rainier joined them. Rainier just kind of nods and follows you guys along and kind of like bumps up to each of you like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, Esther, you okay? You look kind of tired. Zinnia, you look wonderful, but what happened? Ashley, you look stressed out, but you're kind of glowing. Rosalind, nice to see you again. You're also kind of glowing. You okay? Oh, that's a
Hey.
crown of
Ashley
stars.
takes a step in between.
Oh, actually, the Crown of Stars probably would have ended by now, but maybe
Okay.
it just then starts to fade.
Yep, he kind of blinks out and he goes, "Huh, maybe that's why you were glowing."
Probably.
So, Ronir.
He turns back to you and smiles and says, "Hey, how you doing? You seem tired."
Well, let's just say I lived a lifetime in a matter of minutes.
Oh, ain't that the truth? He kind of like elbows you and says like, "So did I, but I think it was a lot more fun than yours was." And he kind of starts like walking ahead of you.
You really looked like you had fun, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So
He
I'm
is a
assuming-
loving companion.
Love it.
There's like a full body like shiver that goes up Ashley.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Wait, loving.
Zinnia, I'll say this, not subtly, but politely. It was not a gentle loving.
Zia's gonna like raise an eyebrow and just like glance over him.
So I assume the general is not overly affectionate.
Depends on the time and place.
How long has this been going on?
Oh, just once or twice.
Oh, so this is your little kick. Same with when you led us all to, when you're.
That was my guards, that was not me.
I mean, your reputation precedes Prince Ronir.
My reputation did not precede me, it's followed after me like a dog at my ankles. But it is an honest dog.
Apparently the dog's pulling down your pants.
Nope, that was not the dog.
What, you pulled off your own pants?
It's a different dog.
Christ.
Oh, we're in the mess hall.
As you guys sit down in the mess hall, he kind of like, he sits kind of like across from Zinnia, like next to Ashta, and just like, "So, regale me, what have you guys been up to? How have the dwarves been? They seem stronger, healthier,
Been-
and very happy."
Dwarfy.
Oh, as you'd expect. And hope.
I
What
believe
a
they've
training.
been very happy on the island. There's quite a lot to do, and she's just gonna start small talking, business talking. We're expanding this, we're rebuilding that. Things have been going along. Boring talk.
Yeah, also just like, yeah, and we recently stormed a cave, fought a bunch of stuff, and then dug a hole. So they're they're feeling pretty good right now.
And he is genuinely a delight to talk to. Like he knows how to carry this kind of stuff. He also seems just fascinated by just Zinnia's new visage. Kind of asking like, how did this happen? And also, didn't you have? I heard rumors of you being able to change form before. Is this just a new version of it? And he is delighted to see you guys, and in relatively good health. You guys, as wonderful as he is, are fucking tired. And Esther especially, you can feel yourself kind of nodding off at the table while this conversation goes on. You have warm food, and finally feel just a bit safer. And at one point you see the kind of prince sit up strangely and give a weird look to Zinnia. Zinnia, he kicks you back.
And she glances over and it's like, conversation happening?
As such.
Christ, are we that obvious all the time?
And Prince Rainier just goes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, am I to assume that this finally happened? And he gestures between you two.
Yes.
Was that what that was? He looks over at Zinnia.
Oh no, she was just playing footsies with me. And he kind of gives like a handshake towards Rosalind. I see you caught him first. Well done.
First?
I wasn't aware it was a competition.
That is okay, and neither was he. He
Wait,
kind of like winks to you, Ashta.
As
Wait,
they're saying so
oh,
very loudly.
I,
There was
Is
very
that who it
deliberate
was?
lean sideways and thunk into Ash's side.
he's just
He just smiles and goes, "Don't worry, I know not to take him from. Pretty sure I couldn't best any of you in the first place."
I don't believe that he can be taken.
He does look pretty happy.
I willingly go.
And he looks to you and he goes like, "That being said," he kind of like puts his hand on his chin towards you.
Oh no.
And a saving throw. That's charisma.
What are you trying to avoid? Blush? That's a pure performance check.
Would it be Constitution?
No, that's performance.
Oh man. Yes!
All right, you managed to hold perfect composure to your desire.
Would you like to talk, Prince Ronir?
I think I'd be up for a good conversation. Come, I know a.
the face turns red,
There
but
is a-
Zinnia makes themselves paler just enough to counterbalance.
Dang, oh fuck.
There was a
Ronir.
quick feign to Zinnia. Please, we don't want to fight any more exes.
I can get him in 5 minutes, come on. Okay, Ronir, let's show you what else can do.
As they're just gonna kind
I'm
of.
sorry, Ariel. I'm sorry.
I needed to.
It's okay.
Esther's just gonna feign over. Please use protection.
I have my greatsword.
I can
So-
come up with a spell to remove cells. Just careful, please.
Protection.
Delete this. Diggity.
Oh,
So-
my god.
I will say, if we're just going to be forward with this, he asks if you're able to turn male.
Yeah,
All right,
I am.
you have a wonderful time. Fade to black.
Conrad.
Yes.
It was
Don't you dare refer to Conrad in this situation.
You have no right.
This is my choice. I've been trying to do this all week.
I said Conrad, and also, is that who it was?
Yeah.
Is it Ash?
Oh, I've been waiting for months.
Once again, you could tell. Now his sister's another story.
Esther in character could tell. Me as a player could fucking not.
Yeah, fair. Oh, you rolled a pretty low insight when you tried to check too.
Exactly. So hence. Alright,
So-
anyways, y'all fuck.
I made him feel better about himself. That's it.
You guys have a wonderful meal. A short
some
rest.
more than others.
basically.
Oh, shut up.
Christ.
One dinner.
That'll be the end of those jokes. As
We're so
Love is in the
busy.
air. so is the necromancer.
Stop.
No, he's not. He's underground.
Fair enough.
He's in her
Yeah,
clothes.
that's
It's
where
like
we're gonna-
sand.
As
We're
the
not gonna-
castle arrives
Like sand.
at Citadel, I think that's where we're going to end the session.
What? It's only 11.
Yeah, we've been playing for 3 hours.
Oh, I thought usually we go till 12.
No.
It's a good narrative
Oh.
pause.
When we have combat, we usually go to 12 because I run combat slowly.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want it to end, honestly.
As the elevator rises up to the castle, Rosalind around Ashazar, and they go, "Hey, Issa," and credits roll.
Just, hey, Issa. And then credits.
We'll be right back.
Just like that. Like the we'll be right back. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, fuck.
Ah, fuck.
So,
Right.
with that, you can return to the castle, take a short rest. I think, and that's where we end for today.
Alright.
Aww.
Till next time.
Long rest. Till
Till next
Next time.
Bye.
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 Bye.